all-time low price at the moment. So just buy a 10-kilogram grain bag and just have that next to your desk. And of course, exercise. You don't want your legs to get all shriveled and gross like me and T's. Nobody wants that. So yeah, that's how you stay on top of things, right?
Yeah, no, and every Prime sub that you do in chat, PGR will send you an empty bottle to use. We didn't actually agree that, so if you do that, then there's no legal binding to that. PGR won't actually do it, and I won't do it either.
Good thing you specified. Good thing.
I just realised that, yeah, probably should say that just in case. Like, there's like 2 dudes who expect an empty bottle to be shipped to them. You could probably just DM Skitter as well. He's got a couple laying around. But yeah, we got DPC qualifiers to start. We're good to go.
We certainly do. Yeah, Team Secret versus Quest, of course, is the series we've got coming up. It's a lower bracket elimination game for TI hopes and dreams. And well, I mean, firstly, I want to talk about draft. I want to talk about what we're expecting from these two teams, because that's something which was really interesting yesterday. So T, take it away.
All in one go? How can I answer it in just one question? We have so much information to ride on, but luckily we do have the information to show you instead. And I think the main thing here is just Kaori and Puppy. Look at how night and day difference these two players are in the 5 position. Kaori, he's playing Phoenix, Tree, and SD. These 3 heroes can probably defend their tier 1 tower by himself, be super defensive, and on top of that, Silencer as well. And then Puppy, on the other hand, he's playing Marcy, Enchantress, Gyrocopter, like even Warlock Venge, like super aggressive. So the 5 positions on Quest and Secret, I feel like they're very opposite in the kind of the aggression that their heroes bring. And then between Amar and Yamich, relatively equal in just the finding of kills. I think Amar maybe a little bit more explosive of a 4 position, having Rubik and Skyroth Mage. And finally, seeing Puppy and Yamich have Doom and Gyrocopter in their wheelhouse of heroes also shows that they are flexing meta heroes that are in the core role into that support position. So Yamich and Puppy, a little bit more aggressive potentially, a little bit more flexibility in how they use their heroes in the wider draft, but still a very exciting comparison between Kaori and Puppy there.
Definitely. And I think, Kaori, relatively new player, he's relatively fresh to the scene. Haven't seen a whole lot from him. Puppy, obviously a relic. He's a rock. He's a fossil. But he's got that depth of experience. So we see him being able to, dive into that, Like, Gyrocopter, sure, no worries. I played that back in 2014. Warlock, no worries. I played, 100 games of that back in 2017. Kaori, meanwhile, he's just got, this hero pool, which he absolutely excels at and is absolutely, god tier on. And then he's got a few others as well, which he's able to flex to if his team requires him as well. So, there's a big difference between the POS 5s. And I think Kaori kind of comparable to Ari in that way as well. Another new player, which has a slightly smaller, but very, very kind of mechanically excellent skill pool of heroes they can dive into. But we do have the draft now available to you. Is there one more thing you want to say before we get into it?
We can go draft it, it's fine. But what year did you say Puppy played Gyrocopter?
I think I just pulled a random year out my ass. 2015?
No, because I thought you actually got it right. Because I just double checked. I was about to be so impressed if you were to get it correct, but no.
I was obviously talking about that year. Yes, Tias.
It was 2013. He lost a game of Gyrocopter where he had bottle treads and a claymore on Na'Vi. That was his build. It's actually so much fun going back 6 years and just looking at items that heroes bought. Say, what? Why are you buying this? But either way, that's back in the day. Puppy, of course, he's played 2 competitive games with Gyro. Will he get to 3 today? It's probably not. It is banned out.
Yep, absolutely. That one's going to be taken out the pool. No surprise there as well. Gyrocopter has been the hero of the qualifiers, I would say. This has been one of the consistents. And we're going to have Quest Esports pulling out that Phoenix. I'm so happy to see a Kaori Phoenix. If there's anything you want to pull you through a qualifiers, then this is the pick.
I think for start with, as soon as you see Kaori Phoenix, you need to understand how he actually plays this hero. Not in regards to his teamfight contribution, but the exit of laning phase. He is a Phoenix player that will park himself in front of his safe lane tower, who will keep pushing it out with Fire Spirits. If you go to dive him, he'll Icarus dive away, disengage from the fight, use that egg to delay and allow for TPs to come in, be it from Amar, Noob, or whoever's just ready to capitalize on that position. And for Secret, you either accept that and go, okay, if your Phoenix is going to farm at the safe lane for free, we're going to smoke gank your carry and punish the fact you can't help him, or you overwhelm the Phoenix and truly take down this tower and don't give him a place to just get his way to some 25-minute timing on Hex. He does it so many times, but it's because teams aren't just understanding how to get rid of this Phoenix parked in front of that tower.
Yeah, he's so annoying. You need to get some catch. You need to get some pressure to put on him. Treant Protector, probably not that, but definitely something which Secret are going to be comfortable with playing. One thing I didn't ask you, by the way, probably the most important question before we see any more picks or bans or anything like that. Who do you think is going to win this series?
Oh, I really didn't want you to ask me that question.
I know.
was like, I'm so happy he's not done the thing. I feel like I don't know how to answer that. I think Quest are the favorites in regards to. There have been more moments in games where I feel like Quest can come back into the game. They have moments of magic when behind, when ahead. It's like they have the layers to be a team that can compete at TI. And I feel like for Secret, they're not showing that level of magic. I think they either win the games by them, like all by themselves, or they lose and it's like, okay, whatever. Like there's no middle ground, I think, for this team. And I've not really seen it so far in the qualifiers. So just because of that, I think Quest have the edge. They have the spice to give any game. But if there's ever a time for Secret to shine, it is in the lower bracket. They are on the identical journey they took in the previous TI qualifiers. They lost in the upper bracket semi-finals. They then swept their way through the lower bracket and qualified. So I guess if you wanted me to give you an answer, it's probably Quest based on that logic. But it's so easy. I don't know, man. Well, yeah, I feel like I've just been.
No,
like,
I get it.
You've not given me your answer. Now I'm. Who do you think is going to win?
I mean, the Secret, obviously, they've got to go. They're the fated children of Gay Ben. They need to go and win TI, and this is their journey there. You know, it's written in the stars, T Governor. I'm not going against the Fates, and I'm certainly not going against the Earthshaker either. Oh my goodness, look at the team fight coming out from Quest Esports. That's a lot of damage, and they're picking up the Scarroth to go along with it as well. So now you have your 4, you have your 5, and most likely your 2, or maybe your 3. Toby's playing it as well.
Yeah, I'd like to think it's a core shaker. Especially because Noob is the Pango specialist. Quest picking up the shaker there. Okay, this shaker could be good against it. Shaker. You have the Fissure to annoy the Rolling Thunder in the lane as well. You can out-deny him. I just think Noob's played enough of the Pango matchups to know what he hates to play against, and that's where maybe Shaker does rise up and go there. I think we've been seeing some offlane shakers. I'm not opposed to it. I just feel you're so much punchier in the game from the mid lane because all of your rotations come from, if I see the side lane do something, I can go with no fear. When you're in off lane, you're naturally a little bit more XP starved, a little bit more gold starved, so all your timings are just a little bit longer. And depending on what your mid is, if your mid's not active, things can get a bit clunky. So I'm a big fan of the mid shaker and Secret. They identify the fact that Quest wants to be aggressive. Puppy's saying, guys, look, when Shaker comes in and he hits that slam, we Solar Guardian, we Living Armor, we Rolling Thunder, we steal the spells on Rubik. Like, I feel Secret are adopting the strategy of let them come to us and we will punish them in our territory. We will hold our triangle and we will take the fight later down the line. They still need a scale and carry. And how will Quest navigate this? Will they go for some fight disengaging style hero that can at least take that secondary fight, or will they double down, go super aggressive? It doesn't matter about Secret saves because they can just obliterate through them. They have a lot of damage so far.
They certainly do. They certainly do. And, okay, this is interesting because I was about to point out that yesterday it was Toby playing the Shaker and he had a banger game. He had a really, really banger game. He went 8-1.
Does not look excited. Come on, man.
Yeah. Come on, bro, get amped. The TI qualifier game.
So as you were saying,
serious. I mean, Quest, clearly, they are on a quest here.
They are. So what are you saying about Brewmaster, by the way? I cut in there for a second.
I mean, well, Brewmaster's probably going to be the position 3, which is going to move the Shaker to mid. So, yeah, that's cool. I mean, I'm glad that Quest can play it in both roles. I think that's important to be able to do. And it just gives you so much flexibility on the Shaker, which allows you to pick it so early on. You don't show anything from this hero. Obviously, if you surround it with supports, then you show a little bit, but still, that flexibility between the 2 and the 3 they're now showing is really, really good for Quest.
Key thing for me is in game 2 of Quest vs Lunar Galaxy in the upper bracket semi-final, Toby went for the Vessel into Blink Dagger, tried to go for a couple of team fights and ultimately kind of destroyed his own game. He wasn't able to continue scaling, and we see in a lot of these 40-50 minute games that Brewmaster hasn't itemized or got into it, your pandas just die pretty quick. Svens, Gyrocopters, Medusas, Pangoliers, there's a lot of AoE damage, physical damage heroes right now in the meta. And for Brewmaster, there's always going to be one to annoy him. But for Quest, at least, their game is relatively simple right now in regards to go to the brew at level 6, punish and try and take the tower, and play on Shaker. The question is, does Quest actually have enough damage? Like, Shaker, Sky, yes, that's a lot. Brew can do a lot of control, but do they have continued damage over a long fight? Where Secret, you have Living Armor, Mana Burn from the Pangolier, the Rolling Thunder, the Dawnbreaker Solar Guardian, Heal, plus Rubik, Telekinesis. Like, there's a lot of delay from Secret, where if they can just itemize, get like one pipe, one anything, suddenly Sky's off the damage. Phoenix is magical as well. I think it's difficult to buy a pipe on Secret. There's not really a traditional hero to go for it, so might not be a thing that we have to really talk about too much.
Yeah. I feel like they're okay for damage and like a gut read, but yeah, these are tanky heroes, right? Like you got Treant, Pango, Dawn, you know, like all these three are really, really tanky. They also offer each other tankiness as well. So yeah, no, you're right. You do need an overabundance of damage, which we might see Quest falling short on. Interesting.
I mean, if they control the game, they have no issues because, of course, any smoke gank should net a kill, right? But it's more if the game stabilizes and Secret can control areas of the map, things can get spicy. And yeah, Quest, they decide we don't want to go into that position where we might have issues at late game. Let's pick up this Luna. OG was trying it out before they eventually got eliminated. And it is a hero that can get her entire team to move forwards. Shaker with the control, Luna with the building damage, Brewmaster with the vision of his split. It's a very aggressive lineup. In Secret, I still feel like they've already drafted to deal with this type of lineup. You have high ground defense. You just need that big carry to outscale the Luna now, and both teams will be excited to play out this game. What is that carry?
Yeah, I really like this pick actually from Quest. You know, Luna, it's a hero I have a lot of question marks over at the moment. I haven't really seen it like completely. Well, my question marks are like, why aren't people picking it? You know, it's kind of feels like a lot of other heroes do more, but Razor's going to be the final pick from Team Secret. And my goodness, that is aggressive from Team Secret. They don't want to be going for the 90-minute game, T-Gov. They want to be closing this one out.
Ooh, okay, it's a spicy pick because now you have Razor into a Brewmaster lane with the Treant Protector. So Treant Protector plus Razor, very potent. Brewmaster also equally can fight as much because of the Skyroth Mage. That would be a really exciting kind of safe lane, off lane battle between the side of Secret and Quest. It doesn't put a lot of pressure on the scaling. I think both Luna and Razor are kind of the same type of carry. They have early timings. They both like to buy early BKB. They like to join their team. So this game, I feel like it's incredibly even. Neither team has that kind of PA factor, that Terrorblade, Sven style hero. Both have semi-active offlaners with the cores on the mid lane. Like, this is, really quite a mirror matchup in that regard with the flavor of team comforts, right? You're seeing Treant Protectors, Rubiks, and Dawns for Secret, whilst you're getting the Skyroth Mage. Amar's only played 3 heroes so far in this qualifier. Sky, again, is one of those 3. Kaori's played, what? Was it 5 heroes? Phoenix, boom, slap it back in. So comforts on play. Draft feel pretty even in regards to their timings. It's just who's going to execute better for this one.
Yeah, who's going to execute better, exactly. And also, you know, there's always that caveat towards comfort is that does it also lean into predictability? Is this something which the Puppy Mastermind is going to have a plan for? And, well, that's what we're going to find out as we jump into game number 1 of Quest versus Secret. I'm really excited. I think overall, I'm leaning, honestly, in Quest's way a little bit for this game number 1. I don't know. They have the delaying tactics to not kind of fall victim to right this. Whoa! All right, we got a party going on the bottom left side of the map.
Skanking in the bot lane. There we go. Oh, I really enjoyed that. That was good.
That was great. What a hype start to the series. But anyway,
the stream didn't see that, and they're just hearing us do that for no reason.
I hope so.
I hope not.
But yeah, I don't know. Do they not have pushing problems on the side of Team Secret? That is my biggest concern right now, is that they're not going to be able to end this in time before we've got like a Shaker, Agdams running around the map. We've got like this Phoenix refresher, Hex, this Luna's getting farmed, you know?
I don't think they have pushing problems because Quest is the lineup that needs to push first. So there'll always be team fights where if Secret with their reactionary lineup can play correctly, they will be able to take it. And oh no, Kaori's got the bugged cosmetic. I can just see his blue little phoenix things going everywhere. Yeah,
it's a laser show. Jesus. The rave doesn't stop. Meanwhile, Chrysalis, he does get the bounty rune, but does take a bunch of damage for it as well.
Yeah, that's from the new summer edition, right?
I don't know. I don't know if it is or not.
Or is it just I'm actually going to double check. Where did this come from?
I mean, they changed the shaders and everything, so there are a couple of issues.
Okay.
And this is one of them. The mini-map is another, but that seems to be sorted out now.
But yeah, going back to your question about the pushes, I think Secret are excited to allow Quest into their territory to then counterplay them and then look to win the fight with enough resources to push back down the lane. And of course, if either team gets an advantage, they will look to continue smoking and making the aggressive plays. But I don't think Secret's too concerned about we don't have traditional tower damage. But, you know, Razor can go AC, Dawn can go Desolator if the game's very good. There's ways for them to play it out if they need to, and if they deem that to be a problem later down the line.
Yeah. Well, we're going to see this Earthshaker into Pangolier matchup once again in the middle lane. Now, we've seen this one quite a few times now, and it does seem to be... I don't know if it's the answer to Earthshaker, but it's definitely a way to answer the Earthshaker where it doesn't really matter if you lose out on a couple of CS. You know, you're just going to be a very active hero on the Pangolier, although he did just take like 3 tower hits there, which is going to make things pretty hard for Armel, but... Yeah, Nuke's not going to let him into lane now.
The key thing is just the denies, right? Like having Shaker in the mid lane, always going to be able to deny. Pangolier, not too bad against it like you were mentioning. Having just the high range spells to get the extra CS. The issue is you'll always be victim to how good your opponent is at denying, and Kaori is really ruining my immersion in this game right now. We look at other lanes and I just see like lightning appearing. I'm like, what's happening? Razor's not got global spells. Oh, it's just Kaori.
It's just Kaori. He's just an attention seeker, you know?
Yeah, he really is. Sorrowful Squawk. No, no worries, Kaori. Just turn off the stream, okay? He's clearly not listening to the stream. That was just a coincidence. Thank you.
That's Caviar's bottom lane. Toby in some trouble, and that'll be the first blood going the way of Chrysalis. Exactly what we'll be seeing from the Treant and the Razor lane. Getting a kill into the Panda early times. Good for Secret.
Yeah, and for Chrysalis, getting that first blood, how's he going to go for the itemization? Will he go for the Midas? Is it one of those games where he can be a little bit left field? I know in pro pubs, some carry Razors are going for like Falcon Blade and BKB still. I'm going for Manta. A couple have tried Blade Mail, but I would be surprised if they actually continued down that route. Maybe that's more of an off-lane build. I would be expecting him to go Falcon Blade into maybe first item BKB, maybe like some Manta, and then look to just join his team and be the aggressors potentially.
Yeah, that is key. If you can find this Luna, put pressure on her, not really let her into the game, then it can be very awkward. What's also awkward is the constant spamming of this Cinder Brew plus concussive shot combination. You're just slowed by such a ridiculous amount from these two abilities, so Chrysalis can only really go aggressive when those are on cooldown, and even then he's got to have the HP to be able to do so. And there's another one. Very cool.
Puppy is pretty close to level 3. He should be putting 2 points into Leech Seed here, and then he can walk up to the lane, Leech Seed, as you see here, yeah, just Leech Seed the creep wave, give Chrysalis a little bit of regen, and yeah, luckily for this Razor, he does actually have a laning partner that can assist him. Of course, other matchups, if he didn't have that heal, would be difficult.
Being chased down, there comes FBZ, the Hammer Lady comes, and Kaori will fall. They chase him down, see a kill on the Phoenix, and absolutely convert on that one. So again, Secret, now 2 kills in both of the side lanes. And water into mid won't be grabbed by the Rubik. I'm going to allow Armel to come and grab that water rune. As Nuke does the same thing.
Ooh, Chrysalis is so slowed down. Puppy, he's trying to go aggressive, and maybe with a couple...
I think they've connected.
You know, dead actually. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, Toby can't get away from this one. No points in Drunken Brawler, so no chance of trying to outpace them. So once that connects and there's no slows available, Chrysalis will just be able to run him down, and Puppy grabs that kill.
The Treant Protector is such a aggressive laner. As soon as you wrap around, get that nature's grasp from someone. The quality of life change, giving him the bonus move speed on the grass as well. Gives him much more laning presence. It's why we see this hero often banned out in the first phase. CS though, the Luna, the Shaker, they are excelling right now. Not only in CS, but also denies. 12 denies on the Luna, 7 on the Shaker. You kind of expect it from the Shaker, and I think it helps Secret's offlane duo. They've been chasing the Phoenix around the jungle. They've been doing a lot of aggro plays, whilst tier 2000, you do whatever you want, boys. I'm just going to stay in my lane, hit the denies. Yeah, fully uncontested Luna entering this game.
Yeah, that is a terrifying prospect as well. We'll be keeping an eye on the Luna's build as well, but I'm very much expecting... Oh, actually already he's subverting my expectations. 2 points into Lucent Beam, so really wants to win this lane and be active as well, which I like to see. You know, I've seen a lot of people just... in most pubs, I would say, in most pro pubs with Luna, you get 1 Lucent Beam and then max out Moonglaives and Luna Blessing. Sometimes just get them to 3 points each and then go Lucent Beam, but no, tier 2000 wants at least 2 points. We'll see if he keeps leveling that one, because that'll be a good indicator on how he plays this game. Meanwhile, Armel just forced to swashbuckle up onto the high ground as Omar rotates across, and he wants to keep on buttering the guy up, but of course, it's a Bengali. You've got to be careful on this Skyruff. Go on.
The real question for me is, will tier 2000 use this twin game to utilize this Lucent Beam and try and kill off the Razor? Already Kyori trying to stop off, but Chrysalis just keeps getting kill after kill after kill. Brewmaster,
yeah, no, not a catch. I mean,
there's so much slow. The Leech Seed plus the Grasp. This not having Drunken Brawler yet on this Brewmaster is incredibly getting punished. Not having the potential move speed, bonus armor, or just any of the auras that he can decide to go for.
Yeah. Like, the idea is all right, you know, just instead of going for that, just 2 points in Cinderbrew and blast down Chrysalis. Don't let him be healthy enough or fast enough to run you down. But the moment the Skyrath leaves, that combo is just completely impossible. And that's what we saw there. Omar went to harass the mid laner, and then immediately Puppy and Chrysalis just bring down the Panda again. They try and go for a walk down the bridge to get to that Wisdom Rune, but of course, Toby knows he's got to defend that one.
No stacks really being made yet on the side of Quest. When you have a Luna in your lineup, as soon as she breaks from her laning phase with Mask of Madness, any of the jungle resources are free for her to take, and Quest, because of their need to stay in the side lane, Brewmaster dying bot, Luna not being too confident by herself, they aren't able to make any stacks yet. And Secret are actually the first ones to use the twin gate, but Puppy, he spots Kyori, the Lucent Beam, cancelling that little TP, and yeah, farewell boss.
Yep, nice move across from tier 2000 just to help out with that one. And that's going to be a pretty clean kill from them.
Oh, wow.
Good read, honestly, from Quest.
Tier 2000 actually went 3 points Luna Blessing with then the Eclipse. All right. No points in his Moonglaves yet. Again, we've already said that there's no stacks made, so if he looks across the jungle, see no stacks, like, okay, I'm not going to rush for it. It's not as if there's this big resource I need to go for at the 9-minute mark.
Yeah, that's true.
Not to oppose for it.
In the river, we have a bit of a bit of an altercation over some runes, but in the end, Noob just denies it with the illusion. Pretty cute.
Toby again.
Chrysalis sees Toby. Hello, my friend. Toby going to try and TP out of this one and will be successful, but now sitting on low HP, has a salve in his pocket, ready to go. As even on the top side, we've got the first Eclipse of the game coming down onto FPZ. FPZ can't quite get away. They're going to need one more Lucent Beam to finish the job, and TA2000 cannot risk it, cannot dive for that one, so honestly, that hurts. You go for this build, you skip the glaives, the bouncing glaives, and all of a sudden, rotation in from Armel as well, looking to bring down the Phoenix.
He's going the whole way around the well.
Yeah, this damn fountain thing getting in the way. Stupid loaders is, but Armel gets a kill regardless.
Yeah, nice rotation there from Armel, and for Quest, it's a little bit of a clunky entry to the game here. Amar, he walks to mid lane, he tries to go into the Pangolier, he does the Ancient Seal, but then he doesn't hit the concussive. Meanwhile, they're throwing out big spells on top lane. Bringing down a Chrysalis. Really being a big boy in the bot lane.
What a chat. Two heroes just dumping their spells on him, and he's just like, I'm not running. You're running from me, remember? Oh my god, Toby. You cannot step up on this guy. This is such a strong Razor lane for him. Oh, my goodness. Lag? Well, that's what happens when you got bolts of lightning all over the map from this Phoenix cosmetic. So, one other question I was thinking about earlier on. I think this diffusal blade is going to be kind of insane for Pangolier. Like, can you envisage them having some mana issues, especially on like Shaker and the Scarth as well? You know, these are pretty high mana cost heroes, or at least they want to use a lot of spells, I should say, and will really struggle to perform in team fights if a couple of swashbuckles get off on them.
It's why we still see Pango still get picked up, even after the change to a shield crash, being a percentage damage reduction to now a flat kind of bonus shield to all damage types. That wasn't the... It was great. That made the hero really annoying, but the fact that his diffusal blade deletes people's mana pools, chunks through a quarter of it, a third of it, depending on what hero you're playing against, yeah, it's always going to be a problem. And I think for Quest, it's something to manage. I think it will be unlikely that we really see the, oh my god, Brewmaster has 0 mana, he can't split type scenario, because there's not enough control to stop him from splitting earlier in the fight. But across a fight that lasts a minute and a half, 100% Quest are going to have major issues. We might even see like one less fissure in the fight from a Shaker, or one less totem because of it, and that could be the game-changing moments. It's why Pangolier is so potent.
Yeah, I honestly think it's, we'll definitely see that, because it's not like either team have particularly fast team fights. Like, okay, if Quest jump in, get a big slam, get a big egg, but get a big eclipse, then maybe it's all right. But that's a lot of things to land, and I don't think the team fight's going to be kind of decided that quickly with how the game state is at the moment. So, yeah, I think Quest need to think seriously about maybe just trying to like take this Pangolier out of the game somehow.
I also think now that Shaker's rising in the meta, teams are doing a little bit better at drafting around not swarming a hero, right? Like when you look at Secret's heroes, Rubik likes to play on Aether Lens cast range. Tree will always be in the tree line with some Shard invisible. Dawn on the other side of the map reacting with Solar Guardian. And now the whole kind of concept is Crystallis is going to buy BKB, is going to just park himself in the middle of the team fight, and everyone else will then enable him. Pangolier will also roll in after the fact. And because of that, I would be very surprised if there ever really was a, oh my god, 3-4 man slam, because Secret should naturally be playing quite wide in the team fights. And that's where Noob, who often from mid, he loves to be that explosive hero, entering the fight at the start, kind of rallying his team to join him and just destroy the engagement. He might have to be a little bit more disciplined and change that natural way of play for him, because if he's blink slamming a single Razor, the fight's probably over. And that's where I think Toby needs to force out the Solar Guardian in some way, force 2 heroes on top of each other, and then that gives Noob entry. It's just not the simplest of game where Shaker can always expect the slams to come in. But of course, luckily for this hero, with the blink, the agonyms, your totem, the damage you do, slam can be put on the back burner a little bit in the fights. And you play more on the poke and chip damage rather than the I've killed them within my ultimate. It's just things to consider. It's not going to be the simplest of games for Noob to shine in.
Mouse not working in Dota. That's unfortunate.
Just use your trackpad, mate.
Easy.
You got a dance mat? That's a WSD right there for you.
Yeah. Just plug in a controller. Added support.
I mean, if they were true Dota fans, they'd have a Steam Deck to hand for these very scenarios. I just think if you're playing qualifying for TI, you should have every Valve product to hand. It's just unacceptable behavior.
Play in VR. Easy.
I am the Razor.
I doth become Razor. That'll be... Oh, God, imagine with these Phoenix effects as well. Like, I think you'd probably be on the floor throwing up in 5 minutes.
Oh, God. What's scarier, CSGO in VR or Dota in VR?
I mean,
Dota
definitely.
for sure, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you were saying CS?
They got flashbangs. I don't want to be flashbanged in VR. Are you crazy?
That honestly sounds like the advice like my dad would give me right now.
Maybe they're just having a conversation and someone's like, oh yeah, that happened to me. You got to change USB ports. What kind of build are we expecting from Kaori this game though? Because we've seen him be ultra greedy on the Phoenix, then we've also seen him go for like the Vessel and such.
This does feel like a type of game that going for straight Hex could potentially be an issue. I think the general timings on Quest
just unfair.
aren't the traditional Terrorblade Naga style of carry that can give him the comfort of, oh, I can farm for 20 minutes and not hinder my team's ability to play. And because of that, I think he might need to go for the Locket, the Shard style of play on his Sunray, get those eggs off, amp up his teams. Like, if you've got a Solar Guardian and a Living Armor, I will match it with just my Sunray alone. And that could just be the deciding factor. Of course, there will be funny moments of day versus night and whatnot, but that doesn't matter. It still heals. It's just going to look funny in the fights when the sun changes and goes up and down.
Yeah, I believe Supernova is the highest priority and Eclipse is a step behind it, so... All right, looks like we've got the mouse back, although Toby is still standing completely still. Oh, there we go. Phew. Just pretending, I hope.
Oh, he actually put no points in Drunken Brawler, by the way. I didn't even clock that. Yeah. Like, well, I'm already dying, so 1 point's probably not going to be good enough. Fuck it. Let's just keep going down this line. Of course, when he hits 6, the kill threat he has with this spell combo will be, or spell setup will be very good. Amar, we mentioned the lack of stacks. Looking to get a triple stack on the Ancients and a triple stack on the hard camp as I put my teeth back in.
Yeah, Puppy tries to stick his head and say, hey, buddy, what's going on? And then immediately takes a concussive shot to the head. All right, kind of rude, but Mel, he's looking at what's going on here. He sees these stacks going on and says, it's for me. Oh, yeah, here we go. Rubik comes across. Chrysalis as well. Oh, he got so many of those with the plasma field. Oh, my God, that's such a robbery coming out. I'll tell you, there's no greater offense you can cause to a support than taking their stacks.
I think it's actually easier for Radiant to contest that hard camp stack than it is for Dire, but either way, Toby, he has the split now. He doesn't really want to use his first split for survival. That's going to feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, no one's TPing across either. No one's coming to help out with this, and it's like a little bit of damage onto Chrysalis. And meanwhile, he's losing Storm Pandas by the second, so yeah, Toby getting that Panda out of there. Chrysalis will survive. Toby will survive.
Especially
it's fine, I think. You just delay things down here.
But look at Chrysalis' HP. Now imagine if there was one Sky or a Shaker or the Luna in the Twin Gate where they controlled that usage of the Primal Split. It's an entirely different story. And Quest will be upset that Toby had to use that split without any kind of killer instinct there. In Tier 2000, we've already said he's having a great game. He is having an exceptional game. Complete free farm right now. Nearly 1,000 gold ahead of his counterpart of the Razor. How will he really get into the game? What will be his first choice? He's not really looking to taking any tier 1 towers yet. He's respecting the Living Armor, that Rolling Thunder turnaround from Pangolier, and instead he's opting to maybe just farm his way to Hurricane Pike plus BKB, maybe a Manta. A lot of options right now for him. And Amar, yep, I'm not even going to try and make any moves. I will continue stacking these Ancients. This is a fat stack that has been generated now.
Yeah, this is huge, and you see the wards coming down as well to make sure they can protect it as well. They need to make sure that the Luna can take this, so what point can she do it? Probably want a Yasha, then with Mask of Madness, Yasha and a Salve, you should probably be fine. Maybe just one slow from the Scarith should help out.
I mean, if you're desperate, you could fissure block them to allow Luna just to click over the fissure, but that would probably be a little bit too many calls overlapping at the 12-minute mark to farm them.
Yeah, sort of being efficient at one point. Yeah, as you say, like Slam isn't like the big Echo Slammer Jam of this game. You know, it's kind of underwhelming. So with this Blink Dagger, we haven't seen them being like particularly desperate to make some moves, but they are making their way down now under the cover of smoke. Noob, he sees the stack though. Ooh, it is for me. And I'm just going to stack it again. So that is Luna's property of Luna, and Noob will know that. But we did see quite a few ancient slams coming out yesterday, which was interesting. Quite a few farming slams.
If Noob slams this, I think it's pretty grief. So hopefully he doesn't do that. Time.
Yeah. Was that the Gabby Shaker that kept doing that? I can't remember.
Kind of feel bad for Toby. I look at the net worth and I'm having flashbacks to that Lunar Galaxy game in the upper bracket. He's struggling to keep up with the net worth, and he doesn't really farm jungle too well on the Brewmaster. He needs kills. I feel like Quest They just
They're
need to
stacking him
activate
pretty
in some
hard
ways.
here. They're saying,
Another
Toby,
split.
sorry, lad. Oh, he really wanted to get off the thunderclap there before he popped the split. And if he did so, oh, the sun comes in. Hello, they're looking to help the boy out, but in comes a Dawnbreaker. Secret, they're turning up to this fight, doing a ton of damage to Noob in the process as well. He gets down the Fissure, but he is going to die. Trades his life for Chrysalis. Rolling Thunder now coming through from Armel. TA2000 taking heavy hits here. This isn't the first fight in the game. Want to turn up to. He needs to get away. Eclipse coming down. Everything being used. The Supernova's there, but it's not enough to keep TA2000 alive.
Yeah.
They're going to take down the Supernova as well. Armel gets a triple kill. Secret, they clean up house down here in the bottom lane.
It feels like Quest just aren't able to use the spells how they want to be using them. We saw a Shaker and a Skyr of Smoke earlier, but they broke from it to stack the Ancients once again. And then Toby has to use Split due to the aggression of Secret as a stolen Eclipse from Rubik, and we're not seeing the Quest make the normal moves that they're making, and Secret always in position. We're going to see in the fight here, Toby, he steps up.
Oh,
the speed
Omar
in which
live
both
as
teams
well.
react to this is commendable.
Oh, he got
A
it.
small little misplay as well. Toby pushes the Razor back out away from the Mystic Flare, which kept him alive a little bit longer. Doesn't really matter at the end of the day, but something to keep note of.
I mean, it was another Plasma Field. That spell does damage.
That is true. It does do DiMaggio. And yeah, this is Yamich's stolen the ultimate there, but for Quest, I feel like this entire game would be so much different if they were the ones smoking with into the brew lane, starting the engagement and doing the damage, but instead it's always split reactionary, TP in, hope for the best. Luckily, they do have a lot of stacks ready and waiting for this Luna to farm up. So
I'm not
it is a
gonna lie,
good
I'm so
advantage.
surprised that TA2000 turned up to that fight. Like, sure, you've got 2 points in the least, but I mean, it's 2 points. We saw how underwhelming that Eclipse was. It wasn't exciting. And you just give them such an opportunity to get such a big start in the game. I think, do you not feel like the TA should have just been, the Luna should have just been farming through that?
The thing is, oh, he dies again on Brewmaster. Oh no.
So rough.
It's pretty rough.
5 deaths.
But I feel like if the Luna doesn't turn up, then Kaori doesn't have the same confidence to use his egg, right? It's the idea of, because of the Luna being there, with the mini stun of the Lucent Beam, like, there's a lot of things to throw out to protect it. And Puppy, he does go down, he's walking throughout the jungle, gets seen by the sentry. I'm not opposed to Quest to bring in a lot of heroes. Like, Luna is the type of hero that pushes her team into engagements to make them feel better. Like, I'm behind you, I'm clicking with you. It's just they aren't doing the fight setups, they're reacting. I just didn't expect Quest to be the team to react this much with these types of heroes. Specifically the Sky and the Shaker and the Brewmaster.
Yeah.
2 or 3 engagements now, and we'll see if they get the confidence to make any moves now, but at this point, with a 9.4k net worth Pangolier, Blink Diffusal already in play, he can
Yeah, Kaori's
completely
gone.
ruin
No
this map.
chance of TPing out of that one. So, just about a minute ago, Puppy died there now. The Phoenix will die there as well. Seems like a bit of a graveyard for supports over here on the top side, but this should allow Team Secret to finish off this tier 1 tower up on the top side and continue their stranglehold on the map.
We have some spooky timings as well. Puppy, he bought his shard pretty much as the 15-minute mark came in. So already...
Noob and Omar, they're going for the plate. Slam comes down. The damage is there. There comes the Dawnbreaker, but it's not going to be nearly enough to change this fight. However, they're still going aggressively onto this. They want to just try and take down Noob, and I think they're going to be able to. Down he goes, so it's a trade. Mid for mid. And a ward as well. Going to be claimed by Puppy.
They do so much damage. Like, FBZ, if he pops a Blade Mail, he could probably turn it around, but a Pangolier getting hit by a Slam and a Mystic Flare, that is... Yeah, you're going back to the fountain, you're on timeout. And yeah, it's probably why Quest will feel a little bit annoyed. Why have they not been able to achieve this earlier? Why is it now at the 17-minute mark when you're already down 9 kills? Have you started to hit these combos? Oh, Kaori, he's actually looking to go for the Hex. Sure.
All right. Fair enough.
If he can.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Trying to get out the map, but unfortunately, you're staying in this game, Kaori. You can't leave it.
Can't run away. TI is 2 series away from your boss.
And you mentioned the pipe earlier on, and it does seem like FBZ is farming his way towards it, just sitting in the triangle, taking some stacks, and just trying to get his way to this pipe as quickly as possible. And
It's a good read.
maybe some damage issues on the side of Quest once they get there, because this Luna's still not devastatingly damaged. dealing just yet.
Yep. And there's no 4 staffs in play either for Quest. Tier 2000 hasn't opted to go for a Hurricane Pike. He's going straight for that BKB. So this Razor pickup, Luna is quite a low-ranged hero for being a ranged hero, which will give Razor a simple static link. No kite ability in play right now. It does feel like Secret will be hitting a really strong and quite formidable mid-game timing. You've already mentioned the lack of building damage that they have. That will also kind of bleed into Roshan. They're not the quickest at doing Roshan. They're not the quickest at getting objectives taken. So if Secret are to progress this game and grow their lead, it will be off of smokes, finding heroes and getting the ganks. And already they're smoked up once again.
To follow up on what you're saying about the Luna build, though, I do kind of feel like that's part of the game state. You go for this Dragonlance or this full-on Pike, and I feel like you're going to have damage issues big time. We've already mentioned that quite a few times. But it does feel like if you go for just Manta, Mask of Madness, then also Pike, then BKB, it's such a long time until you're actually hitting heroes for any significant damage on this Luna.
And that's kind of why Luna isn't picked.
Yes. Yes, that is an issue. K.A. getting killed up in the top side as well. Once again, just trying to find some space on the map, trying to get some vision down, and doing a bit of scouting for his team. We'll die for that one. But, FBZ could be a really key pickoff here. In fact, there's Sunray coming through from Yamich, trying to save the day. They need to finish this off, and they will be able to do so. The Eclipse is out. Stolen Eclipse from Yamich. Once again, bringing down the Luna. Omar on the run, Noob as well. They just want to leave. The axe reveal from Noob, it was all right, but the Luna being dead is not. Now, once again, they've managed to catch out another hero here. Omar's going to fall. Chrysalis just going to secure that kill with his plasma field nicely.
It's going to be so awkward for the entire game for Kouri, right? Sunray, he's going to be channeling that spell, standing still. Yamich, easy. I see you. Boom, that's mine now. I can Sunray for Sunray. Something we didn't really think about. And 2 Eclipses now stolen for Yamich in the 20 minutes into the game. He is having quite the start. Positioning is key for Rubik, and Yamich yet to really have a poor beat in the fights.
Yeah, he's definitely making his mark on this map, isn't he? The young Eastern European Yamich coming on through. A Noob, he's been the move maker on the side of Quest. He's been trying to make some things happen. And overall, I'd say he's been successful in that, but again, it's interesting scan, just trying to see if anybody's going for Torments or anything like that. Sees FBZ. This is an ambitious kill, though. Gonna have to slow him down with the fissure. Yeah, time to leave.
He was going for the Wisdom Rune. He was hoping that because Secret was so in the face of Quest, that with the under the cover invisibility, he could maybe look for it. Oh, cheeky no. Backer. Toby. Oh, God.
What's wrong?
It's because he's got Vessel Pipe, right? And I'm scared because he's already got 7,000 net worth. Yes, it's a quick pipe for him. But if they don't win the fight with a pipe, he's going to be stuck at this net worth and these items for the next 20 minutes again. And the comparison is, yes, FPZ is doing the same thing, but his team's in the lead, so it will further strengthen their lead. I am looking to Quest. What fight will they take?
Well, it looks like Secret are looking to take this fight here, and I don't think there's going to be much fighting back from the side of Quest. Once again, these supports, they just get cut down if they're caught out of position like this. Kaori, once again, just trying to farm this area of the map.
So greedy.
It is so greedy. And once again, trying to escape. Goodbye. This time will be successful. Noob on the side, caught by Armel. In comes that Solar Guardian down onto Noob's head, and the hammer will finish the job. It's starting to get a little bit rough. No part of the map feels like it's safe for the side of Quest right now. And
so much
TA2000 even farming under a ward here as well.
And look at his quick buy. We said that Hurricane Pike would be pretty important here for the kiting and static link. He's gone for the Manta to farm, the BKB to survive, and it's 3 defensive items. He'll probably need a Daedalus and then a Satanic, and always looking for that next item to feel like he can really enter the fight.
Yeah, he's got the farm, but he's just not that scary at the moment. Toby, meanwhile, being run down, gets the pipe off here. Split is available. It's going to throw it on down. Don't want to give his life away. And now Chrysalis, maybe he's in some trouble. Eclipse being tempted. I think he's trying to bait the steal, or bait the BKB. That's it. Chrysalis will use it. And Secret, they are all behind him here. So Chrysalis is not alone. He's got a team. Both teams know this and respect this. And they will now get themselves out as Puppy just kind of piecing out on the sidelines here. No one even knew he was there.
If this game was a little bit more even, we'd be seeing a lot of cool combos as well, because like this Luna passive, it does work on the Brew Pandas. So there's scenarios where your Siege, if Quest was able to get to the base with a Brew split plus the Luna, Secret Space would fall pretty quickly without the Living Armor in play. Of course, we are probably about 25 minutes away from Quest being in a position to want to actually look to hit buildings and get themselves back in. But Secret, they have a 69% win probability. God, I can't talk today. What's happening?
It's the pressure.
It is the pressure. I'm feeling it. I'm not even playing for TI.
For the effort.
It's bleeding out of the players onto you, that's for sure. Though, to be fair, Secret don't feel like they're playing much with much pressure. They're playing a pretty free game. They run around the map. Everybody's making individual plays. You know, no one's scared to make moves. It's really good. The Puppy effect, I guess.
In before they test Roshan all nine, it's over, yeah.
Knows what to say to his team to get them in the right mindset. Such an underrated thing about experienced captains at Dota. Like, I mean, even if he doesn't say anything, you're still going to be like, dude, I've got Puppy. I'm not worried.
Just having trust in your team. It takes a long time to build up, and it's why rosters who play together for a long time often exceed the ones that have the star players and the household names. They're going to find Koyori again.
Or are they? Oh, that was not a good dive. Yes, they are. Koyori going to fall. Roshan possibly up for grabs here for the side of Secret if they're so inclined. If Chrysalis pops that ulti, it should go down reasonably fast. Oh, and a Desolator on the Dawnbreaker. Very nice.
Gotta click on him. I can't click on Pang though. Roshan was too big. You've got Orbit Destruction on the Dawnbreaker with the Desolator as well. Yeah, you have no Roshan problems now. Itemized to deal with it, neutral and actual items. Throwing the Aegis onto this Razor. He has Manta complete if he wants to go for it. I believe he should be completing it. He does have the recipe in his backpack.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Now Secret.
There we go.
The team that was very reactionary, at least in the concept, have been the aggressors this entire game. They are yet to really take a full 5-on-5 though. A well-positioned egg, a Brew split that Cyclone's up a hero. With only a 3k lead, anything can happen for Quest. A good Echo Slam. Secret, of course, aren't going to be playing as if this is the Aegis to win the game. They will need to consider the plays that Quest can get back into this one. 15 kills down, but the net worth, of course, is incredibly even. It is kind of due to Tier 2000's farm. He is holding pretty much the entire net worth difference is because of his farming speed and efficiencies.
He's getting there. He's getting there. Full Hurricane Pike completed, you know, just being allowed to farm up these Ancients, realizing that the Triangle is probably no safe place, so just going to sit around this Ancient camp, farm it again. Seeing Chrysalis down here should confirm his suspicions, and yeah, I mean, honestly, with the Chrysalis alone, I feel like that is going to be a reasonable timing from Quest. Oh, I'm not sure about going here. They're rotating heroes over as if they want to take this fight and make this defense happen, and yeah, wards up. Quest, they're making a claim. I mean, it is a 9-second BKB on the Luna. It's no joke. FBC, of course, on the other side of the map, ready to sell the Guardian in, but if Quest find her, that could be really, really good. I'll see Tier 2000 farm in this mid lane and probably think there's a team behind her. I'm relatively sure that they're not expecting Tier 2000 just shove this mid lane solo.
No, yeah, that would be illegal at the 28-minute mark. And Chrysalis is coming out for Luna. This is a very good timing for her to attempt to take a fight. Of course, they need to respect this Aegis. 2.5 minutes. I feel like Quest, if anything, look for the pick.
Okay,
he got it! And run!
Wisdom Rune attained. Sunray off the map. No TP available. They might just... Oh, they're just assuming he's gone? Yo. Oh my god. I mean, he's done it to him like 3 times. So this time they're just like, screw it. We don't waste our time chasing this dude.
That's why he farms the side lanes. It's like one of the only heroes that can do it. I don't think there's rolling. Earth Spirit can roll out temporarily. Pango can roll out as well. Phoenix can Sun Ray out, but should it be in the game? Who knows? For now, Curry is using it exceptionally well.
I mean, this is one of his most favorite moves on the hero, right? Like, just this is why I used to always see him hugging the side of these maps, and yeah, they'll throw some spells at him. But once again, Icarus Dive available. Kaori just being such a pain in the ass for Team Secret. They cannot catch this bird. FBZ has been seen. If he comes up on this wave, he might be in trouble. They are TPing heroes across on the side of Secret, though, so it's not an entirely unpredicted move here from the side of Quest. And Noob, he's actually backing himself away. He doesn't trust this at all, but TH2000, he's in deep. He's popped the BKB, he's popped the Eclipse, and he's just got no target. Armel, in comes a Rolling Thunder here. They want to try and make this fight happen. Beautiful Fisher, though, going to reflect Armel back, and Toby, well, he's just going to get killed off in the Bruling form. More enough AoE damage to kill off these Brulings without any issues at all. So Quest, they just drag Secret across the map, get themselves off. It does cost them their Brewmaster, but is this a trade you're willing to make, T?
Not at all. It feels hard to say this, but Quest just aren't really playing Team Dota right now. It feels like everyone's for themselves. Phoenix is farming his Hex. Yeah. Sky is unable to really make the early moves due to the stacking over looking for the kills, and now everyone's chasing that next moment. No one feels strong enough to make the play. Noob, he's sitting on a 1-3-2 scoreline. Like, this is the player that he makes a statement every game he's in, be it the Snapfire, the Puck, the Batrider, any hero he wants to play, he's always doing something, and it's just been non-existent. I feel like for Questo, the saving grace is their high ground will be formidable. High ground eggs, the fact that Noob will have all the vision to hit that slam, and Secret, they are respecting that immensely because they're not looking to hit the tier 3. They're not looking to press the map. Puppy did nearly find him. But at one point, Quest, they're going to have to execute, because outside of that, also, they've had shaky performances in some of these earlier skirmishes. Tier 2000, BKBing, going for the Eclipse. The bot tier 1 engagements minutes, or 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, nothing has looked like very convincing from Quest so far. Nothing has really come together for them. Still waiting for that moment, for that oomph. We've seen it brewing, we've seen the ideas there, but Secret somehow always able to outposition them, outmaneuver them, and put them into this awkward situation where they can't actually play these fights properly.
FPZ having an absolutely stellar game. Naturally, Dawnbreaker's always looked to take that farm, but he's level 20, the highest on his team. He's got the Deso, soon to be BKB, only a recipe away. The pipe to counter all the aggression from the Quest supports. It is such a nice pickup for this roster as well, I think. Having just an offlane that can always scale into the game, I think that's kind of what Resolution brought to the old Secret. And then they've always been lacking that ever since, and the FBZ returning the same class to the lane.
Yeah, absolutely. Pleasure to watch. These kind of players from such different backgrounds, such different areas. You know, you've got Eastern Europe, you've got Asia, you've got European all coming together into a mishmash.
You know what brings them together, Nomad?
A little dog.
No, the love for Dota, not Puppy.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
The love for Dota.
You're doing that thing, right?
Dota is an international
love of the game,
and we all speak.
Love of the game. Jesus Christ, we're turning into football pundits every year we grow older.
Oh. No, but it's kind of true though, right? Like,
no, absolutely. It's a valid point.
Like, how many of your friends right now are because of Dota?
Over half.
Oh, okay. That's a flex in itself. I was about to say, like, mine is like 90%, 95%, but you said over half, like, okay.
Sorry, I mean 100%. I've cut off all my non-Dota friends. They're worthless to me.
There we go.
Mum, you don't play Dota. Get out my life. On slam in the middle lane onto FBZ. They need a bit more damage though, and they're not going to find it. BKB's out. Look at TH2000 just getting blasted by Chrysalis. Chrysalis doesn't care. Running through the entire team to try and bring down this Luna. Luna will get away, but she is now out of the fight. Chrysalis taking some hits though, but Toby also not popping the ultimate throughout this entire engagement. And now Noob, he's just kind of in the backline. He's got no friends, he's got no team, he's got nothing at all except the cold release of death as the Earthshaker goes down. And Quest, well, once again, you know, sure, you got your Luna out of there, you got it to safety, but man, this Raze is just absolutely tearing this Luna apart. What do? You've been farming all games trying to get this Luna into the game, and she just hasn't every single fight. Chrysalis is just giving her a big old hug.
Dire's middle tower.
Just the initiation as well. We see Noob jump onto this Dawnbreaker. It looks like it could be a good engagement, but and then you look at the minimap, like, oh wait, he's just by himself. There's no combos, there's no layering to that initiation, and FBZ, BKBs turns it around, doesn't care. He's full HP from Luminosity pretty shortly after. Quest, they are feeling the pressure. This game 1 is not the Quest that we've seen in Tour 3 of the DPC at the Major. They are looking incredibly disjointed. It also boils down to the fact that they have picked a very mid-game heavy lineup that was meant to be ahead, playing off every Primal Spirit, playing off every objective, get that Aegis onto Luna, throw her into positions where she can threaten objectives and heroes that never came into play. And when you're behind on Luna, it feels so bad. It's kind of the equivalent of playing Naga in an even game. Like, you feel net worth on Naga is always, I have 20k gold, but my illusion's just dying. And Luna's the same thing. It's like if you're going into the 40-45 minute mark and you haven't taken at least 1 or 2 lanes of racks, you've threatened the map, your net worth doesn't always translate as well. Your items that you buy aren't as punchy.
Glaive Lord's here. Tier 2000 got the shard. That means Moonglaves is now an activatable, which is going to spawn little Moonglaves which fly around you. You take 20% damage reduction, which is kind of the most important thing, but also you get some cool glaives around you. They look neat. And they do damage.
Yeah. Any unit that collides will take a little bit of damage, but it lasts 6 seconds. So unfortunately for Tier 2000, this isn't some 20% damage reduction that's going to be lasting double digits. Of course, every little helps right now. Not sponsored.
You can also do something stupid where if you like run around a target in like a counterclockwise direction, because the glaives go clockwise, then you do like triple that, but we're not going to do that because you can just stand and click them as Omar gets decapitated.
Yeah, I think the 27,000 net worth Luna should run around in circles.
Yeah.
Around Puppy specifically.
Why?
That'll really
Because
help
it's
them
neat.
get to game 2.
Yep. Yeah, and again, like, Tier 2000 is farmed. Like, he's jacked. He's the most farmed hero in the game by quite some margin, and yet not able to get into fight. You've got the anti-carry on the side of Secret. Answered it beautifully in the draft, and Tier 2000 still kind of scratching their heads as to how they actually get back into this game. And here we go, another movement in. This time looking at Toby here. Toby, he has got the split. Will use it. Trying to get away now on the Storm Panda. I think he should be safe. Honestly, it's kind of fine. Just using this split as like
You
a
said
tool.
that every time he's split in this situation, by the way.
He has nothing. What else is he going to achieve? Like, it's the whole team just trying to kill a
level
brute.
6 split. You said the same. It's fine.
When you're
second
this far
split,
behind,
it's
okay,
fine.
like it's just a oopsie button, and
Bro, you are coping so hard.
like people haven't been nice to Toby, and I think it's a bit unfair. I think he's playing a sacrificial role in this team.
That's perfectly fine. And I can stop saying Toby and start saying Brewmaster if you'd like, but I think the hero Brewmaster fundamentally has so many issues in Dota if you aren't ahead in the game. And I said that already about Luna. This is the reason why Quest is struggling. Secret though, they aren't struggling. They are going to be looking to get that second Roshan. Chrysalis, since that, has picked up a Satanic. Manta, BKB, Satanic. He needs to be the hero to get into the middle of the fight. I mentioned that at the very start of this game, that Chrysalis is going to be the only hero to really walk down lanes whilst everyone else kind of plays in the fog to reinitiate, and he's itemized perfectly to do that. By himself, he can absorb so much damage. Refresher soon on the cards as well for him. Quest once again looking to try and find a pick-off. That is something that they can play around. Dawnbreaker always plays on the opposite side of the map. Identical to a Spectre, you don't care about your team, you play for yourself, and then you use your global mobility to get into that engagement. They aren't to find him though. And Secret sweep across. Amar, please. Don't die again.
Yeah, this is a bit of a rip.
Only the 5th death though. It honestly felt like his 11th, but not really that many kills.
Dire's courier has been killed. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Just had no one to play with. No one's really been in a position to actually go and, you know, we've seen him and Noob go and do like 2 moves on this map so far. If you just run into the wrong heroes on Secret, you're just going to die. Like, you run into a Treant, it's Overgrowth, into Solar Guardian, you're dead. You run into Pangolin, Rolling Thunder, you're dead. They can't really make moves on this map. Too far ahead in Secret.
And the net worth is so even. Like, Luna has done everything in her power to keep the net worth in the game. She buys the butterfly. She's got the ninja gear as well to keep herself on the map, to get those illusions out, to not be picked off. At some point, a fight has to connect. She has silver as well for the crit. Like, Kaori, he's going for a refresher. He went for Hex, and now he's looking for just straight refresher. Like, Quest, I feel like they've accepted that this game is not, they're not playing Dota now. They're playing Farm Simulator in the hope for that high ground fight to break Secret. Allow Secret to overdive. Like, towers aren't falling too quickly. There isn't an AC right now for Secret. There isn't that clean source and Toby. Yeah.
This death is fine.
this is a fine death. That's 4 heroes on Secret. Just got repositioned on the map to kill him off. That's a scuffed black hole if I've ever seen one.
Not a good death. That's not a good death.
What was the stat as well for his pipe timing? Like, it was what, 20 minutes?
Middle tower is under attack.
A little later than 20 minutes, I think, yeah.
Yeah, if we click on him again real quick. Again, Brewmaster the hero, not Toby. He's still got the same items, basically. He may about to get an AC.
Whoa, jump in, slam, Dawnbreaker. She just gets shredded. They have the damage and then some to take out FBZ. Tier 2000 now on the run. Omar nearby. Where's the Phoenix? Phoenix not here. No chance of a Hex. They just need to leave. And Omar is gone already. Tier 2000 on the run. Silver Edge out. Armel thinking of Jason, but doesn't really have the detection. Doesn't have the catch. And Tier 2000 will get away. So the assassination is complete. Quest, they get something done on the map for the first time in a very long time.
And in fairness, guys, the Dawn did die in less than 2 seconds. So the fact that we saw her body falling into the ground, that's good enough for me. It was an Echo Slam into an Eclipse. That was such a quick pickup as well.
That's brutal. Wow, okay. Only 2 neutral items picked up on the side of Quest, 3 Ninja Gears and 2 Skirts Caps.
I think when you're behind in a game, Ninja Gear just feels exceptional because you're always able to get around that aggression, to skip that next wave. If you have a high spellcasting hero, you can do it without even breaking the smoke. And it's why Quest will continue to potentially find pickoffs if the Luna can play in tandem with another hero. Like, if your Luna is nearly 10,000 gold ahead of any other core on the side of Secret, right? Like, she clearly has to do the damage, but if she gets static linked or overgrowthed or anything, her fight is completely over. Her entire net worth is nullified. It's weird to think that I'm kind of describing Luna now as a pick-off hero rather than that kind of unmovable mountain that wants to walk down the lane and roleplay being Medusa.
Oh, Razor up onto the high ground. The Hex is there, but still a ton of damage coming down to Kaori. Will be forced to pop that wand there, get himself back. Chrysalis undeterred, still going for the tower. In fact, enjoying the extra damage that was just given his way by the Phoenix. Toby coming in, just trying to force him back. Aegis is about to run out in just 10 seconds, so potentially a timing here for Quest to catch Secret with their pants down, but of course, Secret, then all of them pants come down. That belt is tight as they back themselves away, not leaving anything up for Quest to play for.
Quest are now smoked up. After that pickoff onto Dawnbreaker, they can feel a sense of, we're back in the game.
This could be the defining fight of the game. Does anybody come to this wave? Oh, the Hex, it lands, but he's very far away already, and Quest won't be able to follow up from that as well. Secret now have the information to work with. Likely, they hold the area.
Do they have another smoke, though? Refresher's complete on Phoenix. AC complete on Brewmaster. They don't have many kills to the name. They have another smoke. Yeah, this is a timing for Quest. I think if Secret, if they're too comfortable with the lead that they have, like, they don't even have a lead. It might feel like they do.
Refresher on the Phoenix.
At level 20, he's... That is some disgusting damage he's going to be doing in this next fight.
Ooh, Yamich does get seen, goes in with the lift onto Omar. It's not a great target to go for here. Wow, Hex, Chrysalis, he's in trouble. He's taking damage. He's getting himself out. Refresher Orb comes out from him. Just a Satanic. The BKB, everything being used. The second BKB will be available as Luna just runs in her face, tries to take him down. Chrysalis finally falls. Down he goes. The Supernova, the Sun Ray, it's doing the work. And now they move over towards the Pangolier as well. Pango taking damage here. Armel cannot escape. It's another kill going for Quest. They finally find a fight 43 minutes into this game, T.
You don't stop Corey from farming, and he is going to just look at the damage. Luna does 9,000. She gets to hit the entire time, but Phoenix with 5,000 damage. The Hex initiation onto the Razor to then throw the second egg onto the higher ground. No way Secret was ready for the 40-minute refresher on this position 5 Phoenix. It completely destroyed him, and that is like the only way that they lose this fight is the refresher reveal, the surprise. It all starts, they're jumping onto Omar, and the fact that Chrysalis is using the static link onto the Scarif Mage, it gives Tier 2000 free entry to the fight. There's no static link onto him. There's no threat of, oh wait, I need to disengage here. And this is a sloppy fight from Secret. They're just torn apart from high ground to low ground. 2 eggs to just completely destroying that aggression. And well,
Kaori God does it again.
God.
You cannot give this guy Phoenix.
This is what they've been farming for. Other teams that farm to fall flat, but Quest, they farm and are they looking straight for the tier 4s? Yo. I mean, Luna's in your base.
This is such a call. This is such a Chadley call. Noob jumping in as well. All right. They just wanted a buyback. They wanted to force some sort of shock reaction from Secret there. They don't get it. They back themselves away.
Secret wasn't ready to lose a fight. Look at them. They're buying out Abyssal Blades on Dawnbreaker. They've got Shivas and big ticket items on Pangolier. Like, they weren't ready to have to buy back and defend their Ancient at this stage of the game. Like, Quest were behind this entire time. They farmed up. They just dodged every engagement. And suddenly, one fight later, the script has been flipped.
It has. I mean, as expected, you know, we're only halfway through this game at the moment, so...
Yeah, if you were here for the pre-show, we are expecting a record high 95-minute average, or was it 92-minute average games
93,
today?
yeah.
93, somewhere in the middle.
That's what the PGL scientists have...
that is true. Pretty
Definitely
goated logic, yep.
1 a.m.
He said that to me at like 1:30 this morning. It's like, I'm not going to be awake. Like, yeah, can you send me your stats? At a good hour, or whatever. Questo,
Never.
10k lead, of course. They've been behind, they're down by plenty of kills, and how do you stop Kaori from getting off this egg? There's no egg hitter. Like, this is going to be a real game of cat and mouse now for Secret. They're going to need to try and kite away from this egg. If they fight into it, it's just going to be a disaster.
If you stop hitting this Luna to try and go and hit the egg, then the fight's kind of over. TA 2000 has reached the point. Wait, she's got Daedalus in her backpack. What? Does she Silver Edge in and then swap in the Daedalus?
Yeah, potentially.
Or post BKB Daedalus?
She can Hurricane Pike out to get away from the static link and then quickly put Daedalus back into play. There's a lot of options. Okay. Just depends on how the fight breaks.
That's intense.
Just don't sell it, TA 2000. We know what you're like.
Oh, come on. No, too soon.
Still in the qualifiers, it's fine. If he was eliminated, then too soon.
Understandable. They've caught Noob here. Noob, no BKB available on this Earthshaker. Could be tricky. There's the Supernova just coming down into the middle of the fire. Tier 2000 goes around the side, just looking to pick up the Razor. Doesn't want Curve, give Chrysalis a chance to take this game. Chasing them back. A couple of spells being used. No big commitment. Kaori, he has used that Refresher Orb as well. BKBs are used. West, they're the ones to hold the area.
He had Swash, he had... he just died.
Oh,
okay.
Dear. All right. Well, that's going to be a pretty big pick off the side of Quest, and they can't really fight this anymore on Secret, but they're still hanging around the area. They're posturing as if they're still able to go for this. Toby, in his last breath, is just going to throw Chrysalis up into the air. He'll be back down in about half an hour. By that time, Roche might already be dead, but here we go. Jumping on the sidelines here. Noob, he's going to buy back into this one, come into the fight, take the Aegis as well, and now, well, they just can't fight into this. There's a Supernova down. You got to back away. Secret, very awkward. They chase for more. Yamage is gone. Noob looking for another target. Blink TP from FBZ. He's going to be all right. Another gets away. Noob unable to find anybody at the moment. And yeah, no buyback on the Pangolier.
Blessings upon a loyal warrior.
That's fairly critical. I mean, I guess he didn't have time in between the last fight and this fight and the posturing for Roshan. When are you going to go and hit creeps?
Radiant's
Yeah, he needs like 2,300 gold total for buyback. There's no way he's farming that in
middle tower.
how high-paced the late game becomes, right? When you're fighting for Roshans, all the timings, where to play on the map, scared of pickoffs. The secret, they just don't have the control. Kaori, he's doing everything in these fights. These eggs are completely unkillable. 10 attacks to destroy. He's hexing a hero every time pre-egg.
Middle tower has fallen.
The
Radiant's middle tower.
My God. You never get tired
what
of
a
seeing it,
game.
do you? The glaives bouncing around. Quest, they're so confident in their timings. They're going to try and go down to the Luna. Don't forget, Luna does not have the Aegis. That belongs to Noob on the Shaker. He was the one that bought back, and he's the one with no BKB. Pressure Shard also on Noob as well, by the way, in case you were wondering. But hands it over to Toby. No, double split. All's well. He's got the pipe, he's got the AC, he's got the Vlad, so more than happy to just stick inside the primal split form for the entire engagement.
I think if Secret are to try and take a fight now, they need to steal a big ticket spell like Ancient Seal or Fissure on the Rubik and then fully combo down this Phoenix. The fact that you have to find the Phoenix to win the fight, that is not something you ever want to say in a Dota game. It's one of the hardest things to do. And Quest, they know that. With the Aegis, Cheese, Refresher Shard, Egg in play, they're going to get the Mega Creeps. They were down like 16 kills. They were never really out of the net worth, but momentum was not on their side.
It's all about money, Tigo. It's all about money. So they roll forward onto the Luna, trying to control her up. Still, it's pretty damn healthy. The Sun Ray just going off from behind, and now in comes a Supernova once again. The Sun Ray just helping keep this health deficit favorable for Quest the entire time. FBZ, nice timing there, but the Hex is out onto him. Oh, FBZ again being on down. Cheese is available, but they're just going to rip through his second life now, and they will finish the job as Noob comes flying in. Maybe a bit too far forward, but don't forget, Age is available. He's going to take the slam and go down.
bro.
Meanwhile, nice catch by FBZ on the sidelines here. Where's the
Can they kill it?
follow-up?
Can they
Where's
kill
the
it?
damage? They need it. It's not coming through. Chrysalis is not doing nearly enough damage inside of this. And again, the egg is just doing a beautiful amount of work right now. TA2000 happy to just fight and bask in the sunlight of Kaori as they finally take down that Supernova, but it doesn't matter. They just pile everything onto it, and now Quest still holding the area. No buyback on FBZ. Toby, well, he'll be happy to give up his rulings for this, that's for sure. But he's got one away. The Storm Panda's gone, so he's going to be absolutely fine. And there you go. Mega creeps gained for the side of Quest. They'll back themselves out, but Secret are now backs against the wall in game number 1. Jesus. That's a lot of damage dealt by the Luna.
Luna's ripping through them. We were asking so many questions around like the 30 minutes. Like, Luna has to farm, but how can they do it? And here it is. Everything's clicked. It's the understanding and the team calls being made on Quest. Like, they looked so disjointed in the first 30 minutes. But clearly someone said something on the team. Someone said, guys, this is our moment to win the game. Let's farm for this. They fully subscribed to the idea. No one really backed down from that logic. No one broke, trying to force a smoke, trying to do anything different to the game plan. And when everything hit there, they just won the perfect fight. And since then, it looks like they can't lose anything. They've got the Mega Creeps and Kaori. It's all up. It has to be all down to him, I feel. Like, his eggs alone. Secret, they get a kill on the egg in the final fight in the bot side of the map, but it's too late. You've already lost 2 lanes of racks. You've already put yourself in a position where Luna can just click through your entire lineup. We're not seeing the effect of static link now onto this Luna. Chrysalis is starting a lot of these fights, just throwing the link onto the first hero he sees. He probably would get ripped to shreds if he tried to commit for the Luna anyways.
I mean, how much damage are you really stealing? Let's be honest. It's like, okay, maybe you
Not a lot.
like best case scenario, you get like 150, maybe 200 damage off this Luna. But you're sitting there just doing that through a Sun Ray, through a Supernova. through your BKB duration. It takes a long time to stack up as Ultimate comes out. They're just trying to catch out Noob here. The rest of the team wrapping around the side on Quest, though. This might not be the ideal fight, with Secret are taking outside of their base right now. And there you go, Supernova comes on down. They found Chrysalis. Hex is out. He's got the BKB, though. They keep on fighting, but great slamming on the sidelines from Noob. It's going to lock down FBC. A little bit of healing from the passive, but it's not going to be enough. FBC is gone. Razor thrown up into the air. Blink away, needs to escape from this, but once again, Kaori, the blink in the Hex with the refresher, getting on top of him and taking him down. Another death for Chrysalis. Sure, he's got the buyback, but what good's it gonna do? Quest are coming in. You've got no Dawnbreaker. You're gonna have to buy on your Rubik and your Razor if you want to stay in this game, and even then, it might not be likely. Luna's come in. TA2000 coming for the tier 4s. Lift up onto the Pango, try and take him out the fight. Chrysalis once again going. Got TA2000 with the link. It's a lot of damage being stolen from Chrysalis through the duration, but the moment he comes out the other side of Hex, the Force, it's not going to be enough to keep him alive. Or maybe it is the Chrysalis. Oh, Satanic! He needs to just fight, but he's not going to be able to do so. Isolated from his team. They just can't get over and help him out. Chrysalis dead again, and the GGs come from Team Secret. They can't hold out any longer. Quest, they stick to their timings. They play the long game. They have faith in their draft, and it pays off. Game 1 to Quest.
First of all, what a win. It's probably an uncomfortable win. I don't think many teams want to win in this style of play, but some of the best teams in the world have shown that they can win in this fashion, and Quest, down kills, down map pressure, down everything, they still find their way to do it. And I think Kaori, the way he played this Phoenix, always hugging the side of the map, farming that extra camp, the addition of these side lane camps gives him just extra economy, sun raying off the map. If you kill me, whatever, you've wasted so much time. He whips out an Hex, gets the refresher for the big fight. And behind all of this, TA2000, one of the best farmers in Western Europe, is always at the top net worth. So once his team finds that comeback play, finds that moment of brilliance, he's going to capitalize on it and take over the game with his Luna. And what a showing. I think you said this very early on. Secret, they don't have much building damage. Will this hurt them down the line? And 100% Nomad, you've now got your answer. If they had a little drop of something to pressure the high ground, to pressure something, this could have been a completely different game. But that's hindsight. That's not in play. Quest, fair play, boys. Game 1 going their way.
Yeah, you have to be aware that this timing is coming as well. You know, you've seen the Kaori Phoenix. It's inevitable, but you got to do something about it. But never really pressuring the Luna like this. You know, it's kind of criminal. And TA2000 is always going to farm you in circles if you just let him do that. I mean, 2 deaths on Luna was all she had at the end. It's kind of crazy. She was still able to farm like that. But again, also the heads-up plays, also the great reads, also Toby, my boy, the deaths, they mattered. They were important. They're on the other side of the map every time. He's splitting. He's making them waste like 2 minutes trying to track the guy down. TA2000, 2 minutes. Well, thank you very much. That's 4 ancient camps. That's another 1,000 gold in the lead of Chrysalis. And ultimately, you know, it was a factor. When it comes to MVPs, it's so hard not to give it to the Kaori Phoenix, isn't it?
Yeah, I think for this game, it needs to be, especially because the decisive fight was that refresher reveal. The egg to then Phoenix dive back up to the high ground for another egg. If that egg wasn't in play, I think Chrysalis could have taken over that engagement with the farm that he had, but it just didn't translate. Chrysalis, he itemized to be tanky to give his team entry, but once Quest had so much of their own survivability, then you're looking at, wait, there's not a lot of damage in play. So this build from Kaori, it is his specialty. Not many 5 players on Phoenix have the guts to go this route. They think of the locket, they think of the healing, the glimmers, the cheap items, but he, time after time, he goes, you know what, I will get this item, I will make the play. And it's not as if he ever backs down. He always hits the Hex pre-egg. He's so mechanically gifted as well on the 5 position that he makes this build shine. And yeah, he did, what was it, 21,000 damage? Skyroth Mage, 13,900. Shaker only did 600 more damage in this game. Toby, Brewmaster, okay, you did 14,000, but still, it's like this Phoenix was top 3 net worth. Like, no, damage, sorry. And again, it's quite a low damage game for the fact that it was an hour long, but the damage they did won the game. It was the important kills. It's not just these empty kills from Secret where they take all the tier 2s but never pressure the tier 3s. So, Quest, that was just, it was such a beautiful game to watch. I don't know, I'm so happy when you see teams win in the team fashion. Like, this is clearly all 5 believed, and whoever made that call, they had that belief. If it's just naturally ingrained into the lineup, equally as impressive, but not many teams can just so calmly get to win a fight in that fashion.
Yeah, it's subscribing to the idea, you know, it's subscribing to this whole kind of, this is what we're playing for, you know. Toby, you got to go out on the map and make space, you know, like Omar, it's like you're there to kind of help Noob get a couple of kills in the mid game to get us through this point. And then TO2000 Kaori, you know, just make it through to the late game and do your thing. They absolutely do. You know, that fight is absolutely beautiful. Like, I wish we could have given MVP to the two of them holding hands, or Luna, like, running over the sun or something like that. It was sick from the two of them. Absolutely. TO2000 and Kaori just showing an immense amount of cooperation and teamwork there from the start of the game until the very end. And that's going to get them a game number 1 in the bag. Secret, time to come up with some fresh new ideas for game number 2. We're going to throw those a break, after which we are going to be back with the second game of the series. See you in a minute.
I broke.
I wanna go on Razor, guys.
Close.
I will Lotus you.
Yeah. Razor.
Oh my god, I think.
He's Zion, guys.
Raise a satanic.
I'm hitting him.
I can't hit.
Need to focus Razor. Raise a dead.
They're dying.
Pango stand. I will
Yes,
prolong.
yes,
I will
yes.
prolong. I will prolong more. I don't want to.
Three silence. Good job, guys. Take course.
Hello everybody and welcome back to this series of course Quest Esports versus Team Secret in the lower bracket of the Western EU qualifiers for a little tournament known as the International, and things are getting pretty spicy here. Game number 1, Secret. They were killing, they were fighting, they were putting on pressure, but not TA 2000, who was able to turn the game around with Kaori Phoenix and find some great team fights to bring them back into the game and win game number 1. An exciting game, and now Secret, they are one game away from elimination, from not making it to TI, and there's a reason why this is a big talking point, you know, because Secret, obviously, they've been a team which has been TI many, many times, and in fact, they're on track to win it. But that's going to be kind of hard if you don't qualify, of course, in this graphic. Well, T, it kind of speaks for itself, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think absolutely every person is understanding of Puppy's history, being at all the TIs, the only player now to hold it down. Not only that, like you mentioned, it's 5th, 6th, then 4th, then 3rd, then 2nd. It would be very jarring for the whole Dota community to not hear Puppy's name mentioned at the International. That alone gives a lot of people shivers, and we'll see if he's able to bounce back. They are one game away from not qualifying, from breaking the trajectory of him having to win it due to stats, and obviously stats never lie to you. It's just, yeah, it's crazy, I think, but Quest, of course, they play so well. If they are to win, it's, of course, deserved.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, game number 1, it was a great kind of committal to the ideas and just waiting for the late game, knowing their timings. And, you know, should Secret now look, you know, every single game just seems to be going on for such a long time. Are you now asking for this team to start looking at that and going, okay, you know, we need to have late game assurances, considering that's what this Western EU qualifier meta has evolved into?
I think Dota is so difficult, especially with how Western Europe is playing, because they're looking for that next big team fight, that next, if they don't come for high ground, we'll always be able to farm out on the map. Ninja gears at the tier 4s give even more farming speed to heroes not being picked off, but getting to play from under a vision disadvantage to still find that economy to be out in the jungle. And for Quest, they were able to do it. They had the team fight in their draft, and for Secret, I don't really know. Like, they had everything for them. They had the kills, they had the momentum. They just lacked that extra something to get them into the base. So maybe they needed to group up that one extra time to hit the tier 3s. Maybe they needed to respect this Kaori farm. And if he's off farming a Hex Refresher, actually, let me rephrase that. They don't respect it. Don't respect it. Like, if he's farming, cool, whatever. You're just a Phoenix farming for nearly 40 minutes of the game. Get yourself through. And it's so difficult, I think, in Dota nowadays to actually end games. Like, how often do you see the 30-minute stomp victory, right? How often do you see the 20-minute where you've won the game already? It doesn't happen. So to draft in a way where you can't end the game, but you feel like you're not going to scale past, it's super awkward. Dota's in a weird spot in that regard, and it's why Quest are able to win. Like, this is a game where Amar, non-factor, putting it bluntly, sorry Amar, you did win the game. Noob on his Shaker, nearly a non-factor. Toby on his Brewmaster, a non-factor. It really was just the big turnaround team fight where Kaori and K2000 stepped up. Yeah, of course, there are fissures and ancient seals and splits to do small stuff, but the real comeback came from the two heroes who farmed for nearly an hour to get to that boiling point. And yeah, Secret just couldn't break the base for nearly an hour.
Yeah, I think it's coming down to, like, you know, how do you break that high ground? You know, if you want to do it before like the 50-minute mark, before the 40-minute mark, you need to have better ideas on how to get up there. Because the teams at the moment, they're just so good at playing the map. They're so good at reading the map that you've got so many tools to do it as well. Like, you know, as you mentioned in the broadcast, we have these ninja gears as well. It goes for both teams. In fact, even for the team that's behind, just being able to get out on the map, sneak past all the wards, you know, these are the things which are causing teams so many issues, and why it's so hard to actually force a team to fight you if they don't want to fight you. They can just run around the map. They can run around and do whatever they want. And I think Kaori was the perfect example of that. Not only was he annoying, he was farming in like places where the Luna didn't want to be, right? He wasn't taking farm away from TA 2000. Quest never do that. They will never take anybody. No one farms in TA 2000's area of the map. And Kaori was just like out. He was so far out, and he was so elusive. You jump him, he's always hugging the border of this map to do that thing where you sunray out, TP away. You can't cancel it. You can't do anything about it. He just abuses that to like the best ability that I've ever seen anyone do. So you got to have an idea on how to deal with that. You know, Secret, I know they're going to come up with some fresh ideas. I know that they're not going to go out of this qualifiers without a huge fight. And let's just see what they can bring to the table. Draft for game number 1 will be on the way very shortly. As yeah, I'm expecting either a Phoenix ban or a very good idea on how to answer it.
Maybe the thing is that they did answer it in the first 30 minutes of the game, right? Yeah, like I looked at Quest Heroes, and it's going to be very enjoyable when you watch back that cast and you hear the quests are disjointed. The quests aren't really playing that well. What's happening? This is not the quest of the qualifiers, the quest of the DPC. And in that logic, does Secret really need to change much in their draft? If anything, like, you could argue, maybe this Razor needed to be better for the late game, but it was because of the Razor, Toby had no game. And that's where, depending on how Secret reads their loss in this first one, was it the fact that their carry didn't scale to being a building hitter? Was it because of a lack of decisiveness in the mid game, because they didn't just, with conviction, take a Rax or just something objectively on the map? We'll really get to see into kind of the mind of how Secret are navigating this loss, because I think there are a couple options that they can take, and it's easy for us to speculate which one's better, and banning out the Phoenix is going to be step 1 to the road to TI for Team Secret.
It starts here. This is the first step forward. Let's see what they can pick up as answer. Their Treant is gone as well, so it'll have to be a different opening from Team Secret as well. I'm wondering if they're looking to just go back for the Dawnbreaker.
That does sound like a really good content piece for TI, right? Like Secret, they get there, and then it's, how did they get here? Road to TI, the highlight of Curry just double egg ruining them, and then just the ban, and it cuts straight back to the analyst panel. Wow, what a journey.
What a journey. What a moment. What a turnaround. I think she's probably going to be the answer from Team Secret. So, a zero which started out just fresh after the patch, and everyone was just like, you know, sirens on. Oh my god, this hero is so broken. What do we do? What do we do about it? And, well, things kind of calmed down a little bit after that point. You know, some answers were floated, and all of a sudden, contestant rate really did kind of drop off the map. So, it did seem like the people prioritizing it less, but still, definitely a very good hero, and something which a lot of teams are very successful with.
Yeah, I think it's just the amount of pressure you apply in the early game. It's the TPing always for that 7-minute wisdom rune, having the sprout available, so if you're not perfectly on top of the rune, you can just prevent that movement to contest it. On top of that, you take away the water runes with ease. If you put 1 value point in nature's cool. So much stuff. Itemization as well. Depending on what type of player you are, you can go for solo crest into just more armor items, TP into the fight and just buff up whoever you're near. A lot of flexibility with the hero, a lot of forward-thinking moves that are made. You just need to respect it. And everyone needs to carry Quelling Blades, because you don't want to be stuck in Sprout taking this obnoxious amount of damage.
Yep.
10 seconds remaining.
It's a lot of damage. This hero, there's just got so many ways to do it. And the change to teleportation as well. I mean, that was a little while ago now, but it still just make it so that this ability, which was once kind of like just mobility around the map, suddenly gives you damage as well. All the spells just are so valuable at this point. That's why you see him in the sport role so often. And of course, global presence, always going to be super valuable. A 3-man gank suddenly turns into a 4-man gank. Someone being captured alone is suddenly no longer alone.
Radiant team ban.
Always going to be a factor in Dota. It's IO, Prophet, any hero with global presence. Dawnbreaker is of recent as well.
Dawnbreaker's the big one for sure.
She certainly is big. All right. TA taken out of the pool from the side of Quest. Team Secret, they're going to get the Pangolier. And also the Faceless Void as well. Interesting Void ban here. Why do you think that is?
Nature's Prophet just never applies pressure to this carry. Unlike all the other carries that don't have natural mobility, this Sprout does nothing to him. And when you're thinking about the early 15 minutes, this is where Nature's Prophet really decides how the rest of his game's going to go. Early kills, early solo crest, early Roshan. If you're not getting early kills, what are you as a hero? And I think Void is... it's one of those just respect bans. I feel like it's not to oppose. They're also banning out Pangolier as well. Same kind of logic. Take away some of the best heroes from carry and mid. Gives Prophet a little bit more entry to the game. And maybe Secret is looking to be aggressive once again. In the pre-show, we did look at the heroes that Puppey was playing. They're very forward-thinking heroes, and Secret, if they want to run into Quest, you never really want to run in with the fear of, wait a second, could they turn this around? It happened in the previous game. There was a Phoenix, Pangolier, Void. All can do the same thing.
Team Secret's turn to pick.
Oh, okay. Take the Brewmaster for themselves.
Yep, so most likely it'll be FBZ on the Brew, although temptation to flex it could be there. We know Puppey is willing to play literally anything.
No. FBZ's already played the Brew. I wouldn't be opposed to just seeing Brewmaster in the 3 position, have that ET in the 4.
Now with the Titan, yeah.
I think the reason why this Brew should in theory do better is because you see the support you're playing into. It's some Venge lane or a Rubik lane, depending on where they want to put the laning setups. And unless you have some really high damage carry, Brew should do a bit better. Like, he also will go Drunken Brawler in this lane. He doesn't have a Scarif Mage to combo with the Cinder Brew, so it's not like he's forced to go a non-Drunken Brawler tanky offlane build. So now ET should be making the stacks, and at any minute, this Prophet can TP in to overwhelm and get a kill. Like, if Venge steps up to try and magic missile the Brewmaster, expect Puppey on this Nature's Prophet to TP in with a Blood Grenade and a Sprout, and you just get a free kill to your name. In Quest, I think some Puck, some elusively annoying heroes that can skip waves could be really key, but can also chase down that global threat of Secret. If you're trying to play a wide map and keep lanes pushed in, match that yourself. We'll see what route Noob wants to go. They don't have the perfect answer to Brewmaster right now, of course, in stopping that split or killing off the split itself. Ooh, Primal Beast. That's very counter-aggressive. Yeah, not opposed to that.
No, not at all. The big stumpy brawler in the front lines, always good for messing up with these heroes. Great for catching out the Prophet when he makes those rotations. Can be annoying in the super late game. If we have any like leashes with the Sprout, then that's something which Primal Beast doesn't want to deal with. But overall, the ability to just smash down these trees as well is really cute. So, yeah, good matchups for the Primal Beast so far.
It's the first Primal game as well for Quest in this qualifiers.
Oh,
also, the first Nature's Prophet game for Secret in the qualifiers. It's not as if we haven't seen either team play this beforehand. It's just, for the qualifiers at least, pretty cool to see a couple first being picked up.
Absolutely, yeah. So, now we have a Dawnbreaker coming out from Quest. Wow, okay. 2 very brawly heroes here. I mean, it's what we kind of expect from Quest. Just get some 2 beefcakes in the middle and the off lane, and then give TO2000 that game-securing carry. It's looking like it's pretty on the rails from Quest, kind of what we're expecting here. Secret, it's going to be time for an Ember Spirit from them.
Yeah, with the Dawnbreaker pickup from Quest, it does kind of scream to you that Primal Beast will be the mid laner. And when you think of Primal Beast in mid lane, preventing his movement of that trample to kill off the creeps is key. We've seen Kunkka do pretty well against it. Ember Spirit, of course, is probably the matchup from day one. You have slight chains. You can disengage yourself with your Remnant. The chains, if you do connect, will obviously root him down, so that won't allow him to move. And in general pacing, I think Secret, they needed that hero to poke Quest, because when you look at their defensive capabilities, the Never Swap damage reduction, the Solar Guardian, if they commit to a fight where they don't have a plan B or a...
Yeah.
They are screwed, putting it bluntly. They are not going to kill off a hero. So this Ember pickup will double as a Primal Beast laning counter, but also in the game, if they waste a swap or a Solar Guardian, then you're going to be seeing ETs throw out his spells, Prophet TPing in, and the mid to late game on his Pangolier, unfortunately, did get a bit difficult. In this game, he's going to really have to step up and be the Ember that does all so far.
We'll see if he can deliver. It's a lot, and, you know, there's always threats here as well. There's swaps, there's lift, there's pulverize. Pulverize can be very annoying as well. Another spell which at 25 completely changes from a kind of short but annoying lockdown into a very long, very damaging ability.
For Quest, they do have ultimate last pick in the draft. So they're going to give their big farm-intensive carry all the information he needs to lock it in. So for Secret, they need to have their carry in mind already. Ban out the counters for your pick rather than ban kind of blindly. Of course, you would expect Secret to be able to be doing this and already banning out the Slark. And what else would they be banning out? I kind of like quest bans for sure. Monkey King is a Crystallis specialty. Medusa doesn't really respect any tankiness that your draft has because it's like, oh, we're surviving, but also Medusa, you're never killing. That will be the potential issue with Quest's hero. They can survive most initiations, but how do they really kill? Dawn needs a Blade Mail, Deso Blink. Primal just needs a good game with good levels. And of course, heroes like Medusa and Monkey King will thrive with these engagements.
Here, of course, we have the 2 carriers and the 2 coaches from each team as well. Guess who on the side of Quest and Heen on the side of Secret.
Yes.
A lot of some question marks for Guess who when he joined this Quest squad. You know, that was part of their big shuffling period when they also got rid of Amar. But yeah, it's a questionable name, but you know, it's one you remember. But overall, they've had good results so far. If they qualify for TI, then even better. Nobody will be doubting it anymore. I don't think anybody is after Bali, to be honest, but Secret now. Final pickup from them.
10 seconds remaining.
What is the carry of choices here? Gonna have to get a little bit creative with this one. A lot of stuff has been banned out.
The only heroes in play that haven't been banned or played by Crystallis, it's going to be the Ursa or the Troll. I don't think either really screamed to me to be good games. So Crystallis potentially going to be leaning outside of his pool. No, wait, Sven was still here. I actually didn't even realize Sven was still here. My bad.
Neat. All right. Yeah, that guy's
enough.
still hanging out. That makes a lot of sense. Oof.
Even with the hair flick from Crystallis.
Damn, he's like, yeah, here's my boy. That's my Sven. Let's go. Game 2. All right, Quest. What is the answer here? I'm guessing we're looking for something kiteable. I don't think any hero in the game can like stand and fight Sven at the moment, right? Juice is already banned.
Troll actually doesn't look bad for Quest. But saying that just makes me feel uncomfortable. Yeah. But the lane's going to be good. The lane's kind of kill hungry. Like, it's a double physical damage lane from Secret. Whirling Axes would be pretty good. Sven blinks in, you don't die. You ultimate lock onto him, bash him. I mean, it's kind of there. Right, Void's not in play. Medusa's not available. Oh, they actually go for it.
Yep, they shall indeed. That'll be the Troll final pick for the side of Quest. Good call from T-Gov.
Thank you, Nomad.
Terrible call from me, but it's not what I'm paid to do. It's all right. So, I mean, the reason it's great, obviously, is because you have this ultimate, you have the evasion, and obviously just a popular hero which can farm pretty damn well. You know, I don't think we're ever going to see anything like Ricky or Razor coming out from Quest. I don't think that was how they wanted to take this game. So, yeah, they move over towards the Troll Warlord, and yeah. Can be kited though. That is one thing I'm absolutely going to say with utter certainty. There is so much kite for this Troll this game. You've got Tornado on the Panda. You've got Stomp. You've got Chains. You've got Remnants to get away. You've got stuns even from the Sven. You've got Warcry from the Sven. You've got Sprouts as well. But obviously, you know, it's important not to be reductive and mention that Quest also have a ton of brawling. So all those spells are just kind of have to be thrown in the fight anyway, and it might open up for an opportunity from tier 2000. That said, I think Team Secret have this game too. I really like their draft. I feel like they've answered everything which Quest have put while still having a cohesive idea in their own put together. So, yeah, what do you think, T?
I feel that Quest should be very comfortable. This is a draft that should replicate Game 1. Whereas, like, even if Secret are doing well, as long as they play for that fight, I think this Troll versus Sven, if Troll can get onto Sven, survive that initiation, should look pretty good. And for me, if anything, it's going to be Armor versus Noob. These two heroes in the mid lane, super active. The Ember, the Primal Beast. If either hero gets ahead, they can just command the games. Ember can take it over, can invade the jungle. Primal Beast can do the same thing. You can just TP, kill off a Sven. And I think if either of these players just get that extra little bit of advantage, that can just catapult the rest of the lineup to go through. And we'll see. Again, Secret, they are the team. They have the heroes that need to make the moves, I feel. Once Sven's online, it's go, go, go. Punish the defensive capabilities, poke the spell, and then look to break them after.
Absolutely. It's going to be an interesting mid-matchup as well. You know, you mentioned the brawling, but also in the lane, both of them kind of do the same thing early on, where Armor wants to pop Flame Guard, shove the lane out with that. Primal Beast wants to just level Trample, shove the lane out with that. So Both of them kind of following a similar logic. We'll see how that carries through to the laning phase in the first couple of waves at least. And Toby on the Dawnbreaker as well. Definitely not the kind of hero you can have the same game as last game, so hopefully we'll see Toby kind of step up and take a bit more when it comes to being a bit greedier. But what does this lane look like to you? Because that's where they really struggled last game, Toby and Omar.
This lane will be difficult because at any minute, if you go aggressive, there's that Sprout disengage from Puppey, plus the Stormhammer, the Warcry. A Dawn Rubik lane's a lot of physical damage clicking down, plus that, ooh, we got you with our spell, and it won't be as simple as potential Dawnbreaker Rubik lanes. Toby tried to sneak and get the bounty room.
Yeah, a little ambitious, but didn't have to run away from that at least.
Are they? Oh, they're laning Elder Titan into top lane, and they're putting Puppey with the Brewmaster. That's a way to threaten tier 2000. Put the ranged hero into bot. Okay, we'll see how this one pans out.
I'm very curious about this because I don't feel like Troll is a hero we often see teams try and answer in the lane. It's more likely to see a team just go, okay, it's a Troll lane. It is what it is. And not really bother, you try and survive the lane, but Secret bringing the aggression to the bottom lane.
No, I like this change up. In the draft, I was saying that a Troll pick would be good against double meaty hero that relies on physical damage because of Whirling Axes. So why not put the Prophet into that lane, and then you put ET into top. ET's a hero, you get 2 hero connections on your Spirit, and you're suddenly just bruising through Toby. I think Secret should, in theory, pull ahead in all 3 lanes just for this lane matchup. And don't forget, Ember is meant to be the counter to Primal Beast. Yeah, you're seeing Secret put their swap into full effect.
Very cool. We'll see how this plays off through the laning phase for them. Damage struggling to really get involved in this top lane at the moment, just throwing out the remnants and trying to get some punches in. Chris has also thrown out a couple of stuns to allow him just to get some harassment off, so yeah, doing all right. All he needs is 1 or 2 punches with the Titan buff on him, and it's already a decent trade.
Toby doesn't have any regen left, only 3 tangos left on Omar. But on the flip side, you already said it, Chrysalis doesn't actually have mana to reliably spam his stun.
Hits coming out. Tier 2000 though will be stunned up and throws down the Whirling Axes, so FBZ. His aggression is limited and what he can really do onto the Venge. Always going to be pretty safe in this lane. Whirling Axes, Wave of Terror, a lot of damage mitigation down here. So I really don't feel as if they will be able to get any kills, but it's just about trying to win the lane, trying to win the harass war onto these 2 heroes and put a bit of pressure onto tier 2000. I'm pretty sure Secret will not be letting him get the dream game this time around. No, exactly. After last game.
Oh, is Puppey going to get the courier kill? Oh, no, he's not. I was wondering if Puppey was going to place a ward behind tower as well. Like when you play this 4-position Prophet, you annoy in the lane, but also that TP just to instantly kill off the couriers. Both couriers are running down at the same time. He doesn't go for the courier sniping plays. But if he was to do that and be pressuring the lane, that could have been exactly the motions needed to stop tier 2000 from being the exceptional carry that he is time and time again.
Absolutely. Over towards the mid lane, meanwhile, is of course Armel versus Noob, and Armel off to a good start. That's what we expected, and at the moment, it's kind of difficult for Noob to do any damage to Armel. He's always got the ability just to back away and not get caught in these tramples and these onslaughts.
Yep, you see from his build, 2-point slight, 2-point chain. It's like you don't go Flame Guard in this matchup. You slight spam him, you get the Orb of Corrosion. Anytime he wants to go for the trample, you root him up. And he even fortifies as well, just to try and annoy him there.
That's so rude. He's going to be out of the lane for quite a while here. I should be able to pick up a couple of deniers upon him as well. And yeah, he's having to go for this bounty rune and get all top lane. Toby in trouble, getting run down here. They need a little bit more and they're not going to find it. The lift is there and Yamich will be held back. Toby does have to be very, very careful in this lane. Of course, Chrysalis has the Mango available, so Stormhammer will be able to come out if Toby takes a step too far forward. Yamich right behind him. Very scary.
Just look at bot lane though. Tier 2000, he wants to get close to Creep Wave, but Poppy's just standing right in between it. He's having to walk by his tier 1 tower, and now he TPs elsewhere on the map.
Oh my god. Oh no, he takes the rune, now blocks off the staircase as well. A tip out onto Puppy. Noob, he knows he's in some trouble here. Gonna go up the high ground. All he's got is a stick and a trample, and I don't think that's gonna do a whole lot. And another great tree's coming out.
Oh, the courier died.
Oh, okay, gets a courier, but that'll be first blood going the way of Armel. Puppy just securing the mid lane for Armel here. That is huge.
Yeah, the laning of Puppy, just incredibly enjoyable to watch. He's been bodying this troll. He sees the fact that Primal had wasted his mobility spell, so instantly just TPs there. It's the reason why Prophet is often banned out, but I can respect it not being banned. Secret haven't played it so far in this qualifiers. And now in the second game, boop, here it appears. Of course, Puppy Prophet. Something he's played many, many times before.
Absolutely, it's a favorite. So Noob just trying to kind of settle this mid lane by just going for as many runes as he can, bounties, water runes. It's just a battle of resources, which he's ultimately not going to win because he can't out-harass this Ember Spirit at all. In fact, he can't harass the Ember Spirit at all, but a rotation up the top would be pretty big. Omar looking to jump in here. He's got the lift back. He's got the throw back. They need to bring down Crystal. Crystal, of course, has the stun to slow down Noob, and now the stomp comes in as well. Great timing from Secret. And now look who's in on the backlines. Puppy, he's going for Omar. He's in the middle of everything, though, right now. And Toby's going to be able to come across with a great little Starbreaker. Noob, he doesn't have the cooldowns to fight right now, though, so he has to back himself away. Another tree's coming down from Puppy. Toby will finally finish the job onto the Nature's Prophet, but with the kill onto Noob, it is absolutely worthwhile. Toby still trying to finish the job here, does have the Starbreaker to get across and now throw down onto Yamich, and they do at least get the position 4 in the process, but Chrysalis survived through it all. He's got to run back to Fountain, but overall I think they should be pretty happy with that on the side of Secret.
Yeah, Puppy just making all the moves, and yeah, Mo comes in, takes away the DD rune.
I am the mid laner now.
I mean, this Primal's only level 5. He's Armo's already level 6. Being so annoying. I feel, for Noob at least, you have to respect that these are the moves he has to make. In a matchup like this, he's not going to sit mid and just take it, right? So he walks around the map, he's looking for these players, and Puppy just locking in, understands exactly what Noob wants to do, and just mirror his matchup. It's Puppy's actually potentially going for Phylactery as well. So this is a build where if you're in the lead, Phylactery procs on your Sprout. So every time you Sprout someone, you're going to apply the Phylactery move slow plus the damage. We'll see if he actually wants to go for it. It's a pretty cool option.
If they get this kill here, this could be pretty big. Troll Warlord taking hits, doesn't have the level 6, so he's not going to be able to get away from FBZ, and FBZ with that 1 point in Drunken Brawl is just going to keep on chasing with a stomp a little bit off the mark, so doesn't quite get the connection there. The Troll will survive to live and fight another day, but he's still suffering through this bottom lane a little bit. Just a little bit. Still though, Sven actually the poorest core out of them all at the moment. After all this action up in the top side, he's kind of been relegated to the jungle a bit. Yamich, he went over towards mid, he went over towards bottom, and that just means that Sven gets left alone. He's got to look after himself.
And Chrysalis is like, oh, why is Puppy playing 4 position now? Because my jungle, it's not getting stacked, it's just getting farmed.
Tier 2000, wow, TP out immediately. Doesn't want to get chased under the tower there. Just wants to go back home, get his health and mana back, get back into lane. The old-fashioned way, with a good old pair of brown boots.
An option Secret has as well is to invade these stacks. If Noob is having a rough game, Ember can come up to contest the hard camp. Sven can walk in with Mask of Madness and God Strength. You bring the Brute, like you bring all 5 heroes to do it, but it could be a good resource. Like you've already shut down tier 2000, maybe not perfectly in laning phase, but enough to annoy him. That's exactly what you need to do. Like, he rarely gets annoyed from lane. Quest is very good at getting him into that jungle without too many concerns.
Yeah, I feel like we're feeling this way because Troll we usually see dominate the laning phase, right? But Secret with the switch up and now a bit of pressure coming down, like sure, he's not poor, he's doing fine. But at the same time, you know, you haven't run away with this lane like you like to on the Troll Warlord, so already one aspect of the hero has been somewhat answered by the side of Secret. But one thing I really like is that he kind of predicted this. He went for the Cornucopia. That gives you a bunch of, well, 2 mana regen, which is enough for Troll. Your spells are pretty cheap, you just have a small mana pool, so you can just kind of sit in the jungle, level whirling axes, farm it out like this, and yeah, it's pretty cool.
Dire
And Secret can't really invade the jungle too effectively. They are very good at progressing the map though, taking these early towers, and that's probably what they're going to be doing. Already hitting this mid-tier 1 tower. You know Troll's off on the side, you know Noob can't take the fight right now into this Ember Spirit pre-BKB. He's going to get one slight change, trample's completely removed, and it's on Secret to just use this window. They've answered the questions of the previous game. The early game lead, the mid-game dominance, but how did they finish the game? This time around, they have building damage built into their lineup. So if they're able to replicate the same motions as game 1, you would in theory expect a game 3. But Quest, of course, very good at being defensive, at finding the correct opportunity to engage.
Kaori should be dead here in the bottom side. Armel got to patiently wait for the last hit, claims that one for himself, and heads straight back towards the middle lane. But over on the flip side, you know, like, Secret have just completely ignored the top side of the map. So Toby and Omar were able to take it over. They get the tower, they farm up the jungle here, and Chrysalis just kind of have to farming some jungle camps, take some waves which push particularly deep, and that's about all he can do up here.
Yes, he's actually going for Lat 3. You know, I've played 15, 20 Falatry Profit games. Like I've played an unhealthy amount of Falatry Profit in the last month or so.
Specialist. And you're a terrible human being.
No, thank you. And I think Puppy was my inspiration. When I was looking on Pro Tracker for funky builds to do, it feels so good though. Like when you say it, it sounds so dumb. But once you start throwing out these sprouts, which is already a very powerful spell, having that extra little bit of slow to contain them, the extra damage, it makes your rotations that much more impactful. And on top of it, when you cast your ultimate, if you actually cast your ultimate on a hero, it will then apply Phylactery as well. So you can just buff up that first bounce of your ultimate if for some reason you wanted to slow and do a little bit more damage. And
that is weird. I did not know it worked like that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It really leans into we want to go, go, go. And it feels like with the Ember, with the Brew, that easily could be the playstyle. Puppy getting the D ward off. And he's only 300-400 gold away from that Phylactery. Just to warn you guys, that was so much damage.
What? Kaori's is dead. Yeah, 2, 1, boop. Down he goes. Perhaps a swap could have been utilized there for the damage reduction, but
Radiant's bottom
that was near
that was crazy.
That was nearly a max range or max bounce Wrath of Nature, by the way. That was 398 just from the Nature's Prophet ultimate. And Quest, you can feel that they need to stabilize their game once again. There aren't really moves for them to make. The supports can't sync up to get anything. Troll doesn't have the farm to fight, and Primal's too afraid to go near Ember Spirit.
Yeah. Noob is farmed. Like he's done a great job in finding money on this map, so sure they're losing areas of the map, and Armel is an absolute Giga Chad this game. They're gonna have to do something to deal with him.
Yeah, for Quest it's gonna be the BKB on Noob. Like once he has BKB, he will start looking to actually engage, and then you'll see Dawnbreaker with his Blade Mail jumping on in. Like the draft will come online before the 20-minute mark. It's not as if we're scaling for 30-40 minutes and it's going to be a real slow one. No, Quest, they will have a window of opportunity to take the fight to Secret. It's just right now Secret are ready to scuffle, I believe. With this Phylactery on Prophet plus the Brew split, they find a hero, they can die in.
Here's the first target, here we go. Oh my god, the Phylactery's tearing him apart, it's amazing. Wow. Armel grabs the kill. Oh yeah, give me that damage recap. 105 damage. That's... What do you do against that?
All right, okay. Enough of the fake hype.
Sorry, T.
No, it's fine.
I'm indirectly flaming you. Ooh, Kaori gets out this time around. Once again, just being this guy in the parts of the map you don't really want anyone to be. Secret, they're just going to have to constantly force him out, get rid of his wards, taking up resources, but that's about it.
I think the way FPZ is playing the Brewmaster as well is the way that I want to see Brewmaster played most games. Getting the urn, not going for the full vessel because your team's not forcing you to fight. Get that Midas. And his quick buy, it screams, I want to be a hero throughout the entire game. Getting the Radiance,
I want to
that
scale.
obviously works in your split. Get the Shard, get the Blink. Like, he's going to be able to keep up with the net worth that other Brewmasters in Western European DPC have been struggling to do.
Yeah, last game, you know, the Brewmaster did his job, but he wasn't like, oh my god, this Brew in the late game fights, how annoying, what a guy. It's kind of just trying to keep his hero alive and throwing some people into the air. And obviously the Auras as well, helping out quite a lot. But this game, this Brew is going to be a beast when we get there. And yeah, Secret very much changing their game strategy from last game, where it was very aggressive, and now they're like, all right, preparations for the late game, you know, we've got one Midas, we've got a Sven, we're going to hit some creeps. We don't want to let Quest kind of dictate the late game to us. We don't want them to just be hanging on.
Toby needs to be
for
careful.
40 minutes and then winning. Yeah, Noob, he's on the run.
But he's getting wrapped around. He's been farming here for so long, and they saw it up. They found him.
Yeah, Noob doesn't have his BKB yet, so there's no chance they're coming into this fight. Dawn, she can't even sell a Guardian out of this one. Just use a Blade Mail and, oh, Phylactery as well. Coming in clutch. Toby, he's dead.
Don't forget, every time you say that, you're not flaming me, you're flaming Puppy there, no man. You gotta tread careful.
Oh no. He's gonna knock on the door at midnight. And it won't be fists knocking on that door, it'll be metal.
It'll be
and a freshly sharpened machete.
I think, yeah, Secret. Making the moves.
Ooh, unlucky with the chains.
The other thing for T2000, he just completed his Battle Fury.
Yeah.
But Noob had already taken the triple stack prior to try and get his way to BKB. So it's not as if he's entered the Ancient Camp area with this Fury, knowing there's 8+ stacks for him to farm. He's farming the scraps of whatever Quest have left him. Very different to previous games, and all 3 cores now on Secret are sitting pretty much at top. Toby is, you know, battling Sven to be able to get there, if not battling Brew. And the BKB is now complete on Quest. How will they use this BKB timing?
This is so important. And they have already scouted it out. They have a fight in the river, and that's going to reveal everything. Quest, I think it's like, getting into these fights is so hard. You know, you've got Primal Beast and Troll, Warlord, and Dawnbreaker. Where is your catch?
The catch comes from the Primal, but then it's, if he's going in to start the fight, then you can't rely on him to hit that perfect pulverize. And on top of that, where's the damage? I think is the other question from Quest. Rubik, there's not that big punchy spell for him to steal right now, outside of maybe Elder Titan Ultimate or a Brew Split after the fact. But still, it's not a punchy spell. Yeah, Quest, it's... I think they're happy to farm though. Like, we're making it sound a lot worse because their draft doesn't have smoke plays built into it. And I think we are just going to have to accept for them to get into this game will be find a pick-off if it presents itself, or farm for 25 minutes. Like, there's no real in between, I think, right now. And they are
Wow, what a
the
new and innovative strategy for these qualifiers. Farming out the map. Unusual. Puppy
Farewell,
might
Puppy.
get caught out here. This should be a kill. Noob gets upon him. Pulverize comes down. Now the trample to follow as well. A little quick there on the onslaught, but the kill's going to come through regardless. Although, Armel committing to the fight. Godstrink being used as well. All right, Kaori, he's going to get bored down by the Sven.
They got the...
Stuns out. Oh, no, that's a great target. Great Storm coming out, but they won't follow up on this. They're not going to just fight blindly into the high ground. Don't want to give Quest the choice to come and fight them. They'll take their kill, and they'll back themselves away.
Especially going into a high ground fight with Toby having the Solar Guardian available.
Yeah.
Respecting the turnaround potential for Quest. We saw what happened to Lunar Galaxy yesterday when they tried to run into the triangle brazenly pre-20 minutes after an exceptional start in Secret. Not wanting to replicate the same downfall.
Absolutely not. Now, Omar and Noob looking at Puppy once again here.
They have a ward though.
They have the vision though. They see Omar and Noob just kind of sitting here. So a bit of baiting coming out, a bit of acting from Puppy.
In the early gem pickup, Elder Titan buying the gem, giving it off to the Armel. Quest, if Vision was going to be their friend in the mid game, not anymore. This Prophet is deceptively tanky. Like 2000 HP, the Seeds of Serenity, the VIP booster, the Phylactery.
Phylactery. Yeah, Phylactery plus VIP booster alone is almost 500 HP bonus. Pretty cool.
Yeah, to be clear, guys, this item pickup and Prophet isn't like an Orchid. You know, you're not going to see the effects of it. It's just more once you play it, it feels comfortable.
It one-shots anyone on the map. Is what he's trying to say.
Yeah, exactly. If you buy 10 levels of Phylactery, it's basically like a Dagon. Yeah.
Oh, they should do that.
Imagine if Phylactery had levels. God, the grief that people would be doing.
Amazing.
PA support. Oh, I can dagger with my Phylactery.
Clutch. I think the worst hero I've seen Phylactery on in my time is probably Spirit Breaker.
Yeah, why would you want to announce who you're charging?
Everybody, I am now jumping.
Yeah.
Well, Kaori is in a spot of bother here, and the insurance plan off the stomp is there just to help out, and Kaori will get taken on down. Another kill for Armel as he just continues to rock around the map, basically doing whatever he likes. No one is going to say no to Armel this game.
As soon as they kill the Venge, they understand that any other kill, there's not that swap capability in play. And Kobe, he's
FBC.
not respecting that rotation.
He's not at all going for the TP out, but the split's going to be there in response, and Puppy's going to come in from the sidelines as well, so Toby, his days are numbered, and that number is about to hit 0. Down he goes, Armel gets the kill, and yeah, FBZ making some action happen.
The TP,
Interesting quest. They're coming in on this. Noob blinks in with the BKB and the Pulverize onto the Sven. They think they have the damage to kill him off. They might be right, but the BKB comes there in time from Chrysalis. The swap outs is there from Kaori. Armel comes flying back into this fight. He's got a shield rune as well, so even more unkillable than before as Kaori does get cut down. Quest, they tried hard to make the play, but the BKB was there from the Sven, and they end up losing 2 more instead.
Armel is godlike. In the draft, we said Armel needs to stand up and just shine in this game for his team to feel good. And my God, is he doing it? 9-0-1.
Yeah, absolutely.
Zanskaya, Maelstrom, Orbital Corrosion. But for Quest, what a weird TP rotation to make. They've lost their Dawnbreaker, the big kind of survivability tool they want to use in these early fights. She was dead for 40 seconds, but they still TP'd in. They still tried to fight. Sven had a BKB. Maybe they weren't aware of that, thought they could combo him down. But he was flicking that tower for some time. They should have realized that wasn't a play to make.
It was awkward. It was awkward. I'll definitely say that much. And now Quest kind of once again pushed even further back. I mean, echoes of game 1, that's for sure. Kind of similar position where Secret were just able to take every fight. Quest made some plays, but with the heroes they have, it just ends up looking kind of awkward. Kaori dying a lot. Even to neutrals. The Tormentor kills him off, and he doesn't even get a shard for his efforts.
He's just like walking past, like, oh, I can help you with the Tormentor. Okay.
Ooh, interesting. TA2000. He is looking for an Aghanim Scepter. It's going to be Battle Fury Yasha into Ag. So, what are the things he's looking to dispel on this game?
So there's
Phylactery.
Spirit.
Oh, it's been answered.
Yeah, of course. So ET Spirit is pretty good to dispel. Sven, before he gets his shard, you can dispel the Warcry, which will help get through.
Yeah.
There's potential the Cinder Brew slow could be kind of annoying for a troll. And then maybe Flame Guard, but that feels kind of whatever.
Guard.
And also the root. So it's like Searing Chain, Cinder Brew slow from Brew, plus the ET Spirit. There's enough options across multiple heroes and the Sven Warcry. So every hero has something to dispel.
Yeah, and even actually Puppy going for the Atos, maybe not checking the troll's items, or don't know, maybe he wanted it regardless, but obviously this will give him another thing to get rid of. So yeah, pretty value pickup, honestly.
It gives him kind of fight playability, but still you're not getting that damage. Troll is a very awkward hero. You buy Battle Fury or BKB, after then a BKB, then it's the big items, right? The damage dealing, the swift links, the bashes, the ones that pack a punch. And now because he's going the Ags, it delays the BKB, so we're not going to be seeing TA2000 rip through heroes until potentially the 40-minute mark, but he will be incredibly tanky and annoying to deal with in the upcoming fights. Damage has been a concern for me with Quest heroes so far. And
this
potentially, it doesn't help, but maybe because of the Venge Aura plus the Wave of Terror, she alone can buff up the troll to do all the damage needed. And it could just be a hero combo thing that allows TA2000 to make this read. Don't think FEZ already has the Radiance as well, so natural evasion.
Yeah, he's a greedy sausage, isn't he?
But yeah, quite a quite a good build. Secret, 24 minutes into the game, 7,000 gold lead, up by 9 kills. It really feels like I'm rewatching game 1.
And I'm looking for the same situations as game 1. I really am for Quest, you know. Like, the last one kind of, I don't want to say snuck up on us, because we've seen the Kaori Phoenix plenty of times to know what happens in the late game. Obviously, Luna has that scalability, but Secret, they're not lacking in scalability themselves. In fact, you could even argue that they have just as good, if not better, scaling with their heroes. So, Quest, you know, they got to be comfortable in hitting a timing here. I'm just looking for that timing and wondering what it is. And Omar, unfortunately, going to be caught out once again here. Cute try with the telekinesis, but not going to be enough to keep him alive. Omar will be the next pick off. Again, you know, it's just supports dying. This is something we see a lot of from Quest, is kind of sacrificing their supports to keep their cores safe, give them the information they need. Noob could be in trouble here. He does have the blink dagger. He knows something's going on here, and he does. Jeez, look at him go. Haystrin helping out.
I'll buy time for the heroes. And yeah, Quest, that is all they want to be doing right now, buying time. Find that opportunity. Exactly what you've been saying. We're trying to wait for it to arise, and so is Quest. They'll farm until they see it, and I kind of feel like I'm watching Tundra from last TI. If game gets a little bit difficult, just farm, it's fine, we'll get there. Of course, Tundra become this super explosive, enjoyable team after they won that TI. But Quest do seem to be defaulting to the tactic. It worked in game 1. It will be a lot harder this time around.
Look at the treants in the triangle. One on each camp, one on a ward. Just kind of look around the area, giving information. Oh no,
Chrysalis.
nearby. Chrysalis is going to see him. God's Strength going to be used, and it should not be a kill as Omar's able to get himself away. 4 staff plus the lift enough to take the distance, but oh, never mind. FTZ is in. Jeez.
Oh, finish what you couldn't start.
Absolutely. Tower gone as well. I mean, that's a real reason for the God Strength. And now they're on the high ground. Hello. Knock, knock. Is anybody in? Quest, time to open the door, but Secret, they're just going to knock the whole damn thing down, jump in the back. They need to keep the Stormbreaker alive, surely. Being chased here by Pandas as well. Needs to escape as Armel, he's in pretty deep. Needs to get himself out. Will be able to do so. A couple of remnants across, and he is out to safety. Thank you, Aghanim Scepter, he says, but it's a messy hold. They lose a tower. The Rex are alive. No casualties as of yet. Oh, it's getting squeaky for the side of Quest, though. It really is.
Toby needs to be careful. He is the one who's had a good game. The turnaround, he wants to be saving heroes, but time and time again, he's getting picked off. He's getting brought quite low. Secret, though, they are ruthless. They see a support for a second, bam! Instantly on top of them. Epithy blinking in. They do not care about Quest right now at this stage of the game.
Nope.
And that will play into Quest's favor at some point when the items come in. But this time, it's very different. The game was always a 2-3k gold. 13,000 gold to Secret. They have a couple mistakes built into their current position. But if you are Secret, you don't want to make them. You don't want to give even an inch to this team of Quest, because they will run away with any lead that you give them. Going for the Tormentor, who will be picking up this time around. And it goes the way of Puppey. Of course, this helps combo with the Phylactery. I'm not memeing, I promise. Because with the Curse of the Old Growth, you get the slows from the trees that you're around, plus the Phylactery. So it all builds into the build. Heroes caught by Puppey, if they don't have a Quelling Blade, or if they don't have a way to just get away from him, will have quite an awkward time navigating these engagements. On top of the fact there's ET Stomps, Brew, Ember. Fights are very, very annoying for Quest to take.
Yeah, and we're seeing time and time and again why this Aghanims was a choice over something like a Manta from TA2000. You don't just want the one Dispel. You need many, many Dispels this game. So, yeah, kind of learning as time goes on just the real reasons picking up this Aghanim Scepter. Will it be enough? Well, that's a question for later on in the game.
No, man. Don't look at the scoreboard, all right? Promise me.
No, I'm going to own this.
What's
easy win.
The KDA of Troll Warlord at the 28-minute and 42-second mark?
Ooh, has he died this game? 0, 0, 0.
Oh, and we have a winner.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. And my teacher said I'd achieve nothing academically, but in goes Toby. He's taking the heavy hits once again, but actually turns it around. Chrysalis, he's the one who has to back away. You got to be careful. The Blade Nail, the Desolator, it's a lot. And Puppey now gets swapped in. They're going to go for the easy targets. Take down that squishy old Prophet, but it's not enough.
Not that squishy.
It's not nearly enough. Yeah, he's going to back himself away. He's got 2,100 HP. You're not going to take him out. TP out from Puppey. And, well, Secret, once again, diving the high ground, trying to put the pressure on, dragging Quest back into their base, but also
So many
not getting a real win here. And Quest are going to try and get something else from this.
It's because Secret keeps jumping Toby. Like, they keep finding the Dawnbreaker and just preventing Solar Guardian to be a play.
Yeah.
Troll still sitting at 0 contribution to any fight. They're smoked up, though. This needs to be the window in which they go. They're drawing the line. They're trying to find him. Sven, without the God Strength for 25 seconds, if they can cut between this tier 1 and tier 2 tower, find him without BKB. His Blinks on backpack cooldown.
Noob,
Watch out.
he could go. He's not going to find him. Chrysalis, no way. Kaori, he collects. There's no BKB available on the Sven right now. They should just be able to kill him off. And there it is, Quest. They find something, and that is something big. And the first point in TA2000's KDA at the 30-minute mark. That is big. But obviously there will be a big timing when the Sven is back in the game as well. But that is 60 seconds away. He's dead for a while.
Quite a long respawn for Roshan. If Quest was able to have luck on their side, a 20-second Roshan respawn, something sub 30 seconds would have really brought Quest back into this game. What a move to make, though.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Secret, they need to respect this comeback potential. You've got the Daedalus complete on Sven. So much damage. And of course, as Quest gets stronger, they are able to deal with the Sven. This isn't a Sven game which should be super easy, I get, for everything. There's Never Swap, Telekinesis, Solar Guardian, Troll Warlord Ultimate. There's a lot of plays for Quest to make, and I will say Battle Trance, just in case anyone says, oh, he said Ultimate.
Barracks?
Yeah, Barracks, guys, anyone? It's
being
not
taken,
dying,
there
though.
we go.
If this was range racks, what a calamity.
Yeah,
both
true,
teams
true.
looking to fight around the Rosh pit. Quest
It
have
is
been here a
scary.
little bit longer, so Vision should be on their side, but actually a secret ward already placed here.
Yeah, they never really got rid of this. So the Vision is good for Secret. I mean, the fight should be good for Secret. I'm struggling to see them
level
fighting
20.
up into this 15k gold lead.
Oh,
So
he
far
gets the
ahead.
armor. That's pretty big. Getting the extra armor for Troll Warlord is level 20 talent. Every little helps right now for Secret. For Quest. Through the wraparound. This time around, Toby isn't in the fight. He's going to Solar Guardian in. We're going to see the effect of this big spell. They're just drawing circles. Puppey should be able to break the smoke, though. He has vision to his left-hand side.
Kerry, does he see him? He does. Great wave of terror, but they don't connect with the stuns. TA2000 just sitting inside the trees at the moment as all the swap comes out. It's going to buy Omar a little bit of time. Surely Kerry goes down instead, but the Solar Guardian keeps him alive a little bit longer, but will fall regardless. And TA2000, he's just spending his whole fight in the trees. He can't escape. Finally tries to go on something here, drops the ultimate, but just kind of runs at the Elder Titan. All right, this will be one kill going his way. Noob kind of just going to have to force to try and help him out with some spells in the backlines here. TA2000, he needs some assistance. The Whirling Axes will be coming down to keep getting those dispels off, but nice route onto Noob, stops him being able to charge through, help out TA2000, and he is gone. Down goes the Troll. Armel, again, just jaking them in circles right now as a Pulverize comes through, but not going to get anything done. It will be a death for Noob eventually by 1,000 cuts, although I say that swaps through. Pulverize is there, but it's not enough. I'll bring down the both of them. Noob and Kaori both dead. A full 6-man team wipe from the side of Team Secret. And look at Puppey. He's already getting to work.
I mean, they're dead. They've taken this fight, and you can see the big items that Quest had to buy to get to this moment, to have the confidence to flood out onto the map. But look at the mini map. Look at the vision Secret had in this engagement. 3 big diewards all around the Roshan pit. There was no way Quest was going to have any kind of playability to juke them out at this point. And you gotta say, for Secret, they put this draft to its full strengths. Just the kite potential they had. Even with Troll trying to get into the fight, there's Sprouts, there's Radiance, there's Cinderbrew, there's stomps from the Elder Titan. So much stuff to annoy Quest, and one bad fight and bye-bye base.
Doing so much damage to this base. It's in tatters. Jesus. Middle lane smashed to bits, top lane broken open. Bottom lane now getting torn apart as well.
Radiant's bottom barracks.
Team Secret, the demolishing ball coming through. 10 seconds still on the Primal Beast. They will leave the melee barracks up in the bottom side, so they have one and a half set of barracks to work with. Wait, no.
He splits just to get the top range axe. He's trying to go for it. Or is he? Go on. Get that Earth Panda in. Get the demolish in play. 1 click. 2 clicks. You need... Go on. No!
Get it back! Get it back! Oh,
It doesn't matter. It's dead anyway. Yeah, it's fine.
Radiant's top
okay, they got it. It's fine.
It just upset me the Earth Panda wasn't hitting the building. But other than that,
Yeah.
love the play.
Quick visit from his good friend Miss Micro is over in the pit. Roshan getting very low. TA2000 trying to do something about it. Doesn't arrive nearly in time. And Crystal is going to be running away with that Aegis in pocket. Puppy trying to get his way out of this one. Noob is going to find the Elder Titan and can interrupt his TP. So Yamich will be going down again. A very, very small consolation prize. Look at Puppy's net worth, dude.
He's just been farming. Like, if we could just rewind to when he was like level 4, he was in the dire triangle farming a hard camp for nearly 2.5 minutes, like 2 different camps, and that's been like the entire theme of the game. On top of that, FBZ on his Brewmaster, he's top 2 net worth. He's higher than the troll. This is the brew that is the scary late game hero. Octarine for more spell usage, Radiance to be survivable, AC, buy the items that activate in your ultimate as well. FBZ, this is a spooky performance from him. I think him and Puppy in this game specifically have been the big victors.
Absolutely. So much gold and doing so much with it as well. All right, we got a rock. Maybe that's what they need to bring them back into the game.
Yes, the pro will be shard. That'll bring back 23,000 gold. Yep. Here it
Throw a
is.
rock at Puppy's head. That'll keep you in the fights.
Concussion and a pause. That's what we're looking for. Puppy has a Hex if he wants it. He has nearly 8,000 gold. We never really mentioned it too much, but there's Mage Slayer as well. You casually throw that onto some Primal, you're going to really mitigate his desire to be in the fight and to try and get the kill. Nice itemization from Puppy. Very annoying. It does help that he has nearly more net worth than Crystallis.
Yeah. What the hell?
He's TPing
That is
in. It's
illegal.
the Hex reveal.
TA2000 is going to just run himself away. It's a little bit early maybe on Secret, but also he was already on the move, so he moves himself out of there. Doesn't get caught out. That might have been the game ender, honestly. Has buyback available on the Troll Warlord this time around, but I mean, with this gold advantage from Team Secret, how much can you really do?
I feel like FBZ, yeah, he can just split and slow siege if he really wants to.
Well, it's
not
not
gonna be the
that
most
slow, but
effective.
Bruling's taking some pretty heavy hits in the meanwhile. They're going to have to get rid of these as Crystallis jumps in, trying to blow up Kaori straight off the bat. Kaori does get away, trying to get the stun off onto Armel, but he's so damn slippery. Gets himself away with the Aghanims. TA2000, meanwhile, still valiantly trying to hold these barracks. They managed to catch out Puppy here. He's a pretty big target, and in comes the Solar Guardian as well to try and help out, break open those trees. Toby, though, he's taking some hits. Crystallis in once again, trying to bring down the Dawnbreaker, but the Starbreaker's there, try and buy her a little bit of time, but she goes down regardless. Armel is in, finds a catch. Now TA2000 unleashes here onto the Ember, but doesn't get the roots. Ember, he's going to get away with it. All stunned, but the Linkins is back up again. TA2000 cannot control him up. BKB no ends for TA2000, but Armel will fall eventually. Noob catches him out. Puppy now pulverized off cooldown. They're going to be able to catch him out as well. These are big targets coming out.
Back from Ember.
Oh, hold on. FBZ coming around the back along
They
with
haven't killed Puppy.
Crystallis. They're able to keep Puppy alive, and actually Noob's now the one in trouble. Critch, oh my god, Yamich just clocks him in the face, and now TA2000 suddenly finds himself all alone. Oh my god, he's not going to escape from this one. The right clicks come through. Buybacks are available on the side of Quest, and they're going to have to use them if they want to keep their base intact right now. Toby being chased. They need the buybacks. He needs help. I'm not sure he's going to find it, though. That said, Starbreaker plus Blade now doing work. And there comes the Celestial Hammer just on the sidelines. Hex out immediately onto Noob. Right click's coming through as well. Rook gets thrown, stuns out Yamich. TA2000 trying to catch him, but guess what's off cooldown? It's a construct coming through onto Noob. Noob needs to get away. Nice lift up from the Rubik. Toby, though, he's caught out. Does get a nice big Starbreaker off, but might be dying regardless. Here, the tree's actually getting in the way a little bit, but finally, the kill comes through. Dawnbreaker's dead. No buyback on her. Troll gets off the ultimate in the middle of the fight, but immediately gets hexed up and now thrown up into the air by those pandas. He's going to have absolutely no effect here. Down goes the troll, and down go Quest. Noob trying to do it all, but he can't do a thing. All 5 dead. GG called. Game number 2. Secret even the score.
We go into game 3, Nomad. A single game separates either of these teams, getting to meet Lunar Galaxy in the final best of 3 to get their ticket to TI. Secret in this second game, fixing the mistakes of their first one, getting the building damage to deal with Quest's defensive desires, and Puppy, he just farms the storm. It's like, okay guys, if you want to be defensive and wait for us to make a mistake, we're going to farm so much that even if we did make a single mistake, we can't throw the game away. And it was such an improvement, and it's always exciting to see these teams when they lose a single game, how do they bounce back? And for this one, FBZ Brewmaster, he goes for the Midas, he goes for the Octarine Radiance, scale into the game. Elder Tyson's going for his Ags, Puppy's off just farming his Philatry, Mage Slayer, Atos, all these cheap items that are annoying in the fight. And yeah, this was quite the game from Secret. We'd never really got to see Tier 2000 enter the game. It nearly took him, what, 25 plus minutes to get even a single assist to his scoreboard, and he ended the game with minimal damage as well. Secret punishing an armor god, like, yeah, so many good things coming from Secret in this second game.
Absolutely, yeah. They kind of, as you say, fixed their draft from game number 1 and had the same early game dominance. In fact, maybe even more dominant in game number 2. And yeah, they just crushed them. Not really much of a hope for Quest in this game, honestly. There was no point in the game where we were like, okay, you know, there was that kind of smoke around the Roche pit where they were looking for a fight. But you're 15k gold behind. Like, this was the engagement, and it didn't really look convincing, to be perfectly honest. Like, yeah, they managed to catch out Chrysalis, but yeah, in the end, it was... oh no, this isn't the same fight. This is the fight right before it when they didn't get Roshan afterwards and then tried to fight after. Yeah.
I think, if anything, it's just awkward because normally Tier 2000 is carry. You can feel that that next item will give them a moment of, we can go for a smoke or something, and he goes for this Ags. Yes, it's dispelling a lot of noise that Secret is generating, but then you're looking for the BKB. Then you're still looking for the Basher, the Blink. The reason why I was excited for Troll v Sven is because there is this mid-game timing of SMY, Battle Fury, Basher, plus Blink that allows you to always lock onto him. The issue is, Toby, top net worth Dawnbreaker, difficult Dawnbreaker game as well. There's no easy target for him to kill and to translate net worth into something. Awkward is basically the TLDR for Quest, but for Secret, MVP. For early game, I want to say Puppy, but Armel, his scoreline, we said he had to do everything, and he did.
So he literally did do everything.
He did do everything.
19-1. There's no way you're not giving it to Armel.
I'm giving it to Armel, but I if you rewatch the replay, though, the things that Puppy was doing, highly commendable, but Armel,
hitting creeps.
We set him up to have to succeed, and he succeeded. 19-1 and 8. A stellar game from him.
Yeah. No, in all seriousness, though, Puppy did kind of contribute to this pretty heavily, you know? Like, sure, Armel was owning the lane, and then kind of still don't really catch out the Primal Beast, but then that nice rotation in, secures the rune, also gets a kill onto the Primal Beast as well, and that just set Armel up for a game of a life. Like, he just flew through this entire match, just doing everything all by himself. And sure, I mean, you know, the team was super farmed as well. Chrysalis had taken some heavy hits. Like, it didn't feel like there was one core on the side of Secret that wasn't absolutely terrifying. And in fact, there was even the support who was terrifying with the Hex as well. So yeah, absolutely. Great performance from Secret here in game number 2. And with that leveling out, you know, it's worrying me a little bit if they come into game number 3 with the same mentality and with the same kind of killing energy in the early game to follow it through into some hard farming through the early mid and then just close out the game. What do you do as Quest?
It's difficult to say. I think Phoenix, SD, Pango, like these have been the big heroes for them, and most of them are getting banned out in the first phase. And if they're getting removed, what's that next piece of the puzzle for them to find the victory? And they have a single game to decide it. It's lose it, farewell qualifiers, farewell TI, and it's a lot of pressure. They now need to bounce back. Secret, they already made the adaptations. They understand why they lost and fixed it beautifully. It's on Quest now to kind of see through the same mistakes, and if they can do it, hopefully this game 3 is going to be as competitive as that first one and not such a one-sided situation as game 2.
We'll see how it goes down, guys. We're going to throw it over to break, but of course we have the listen in as well, so let's find out what exactly was going on in Team Secret for those final fights.
Can we take this area? Take this area. Take this area.
They're here, they're here.
Yeah. Let's go. We can fight them. I'm going to bench.
Going Rubik.
Yeah, kill the supports right now. I'm killing the supports.
ulted.
Yeah.
Punch that.
Okay, kite them. The Dawnbreaker will die too.
From me, kill me. I'm fine. Oh,
first.
not Battle Fury.
Any fight?
He will still die, yeah. Kite him
Punch
first.
buyback, but now we can get around
I
time.
chain him.
I will stop the charge.
Yeah. Yeah, I kill him.
Guys here.
He doesn't heal damage. I'm fucking
I can chain him. I'm good. I don't die. I dodge this stun too. Yeah, kill him. Okay, he's dead.
Nice.
I am the carry now.
Every day for 3 years, a secret team met across Europe to hack one of the most technologically advanced cars in the world. Meet the Deloitte cybersecurity team that developed new state-of-the-art automotive software defenses, making the world safer for drivers, passengers, and pedestrians.
Hello, you lovely people, and welcome back once again to the Western EU Qualifiers. The final day is upon us, and it is a final game of the first series, which is also upon us. Quest put on an absolute clinic in game number 1 about trusting your instincts, trusting your team, and coming back with your ideas. Game number 2, though, Secret, they just had better ideas, coming out with a strong draft, strong early game, and our Mel and Puppy just absolutely turning it up in the final moments to put an end to Quest's chances in game number 2. Game number 3, I think we're going to see things a little bit different coming out from both of these teams because both of their ideas have been kind of challenged and pushed, and that's exactly what we want to see in a good series, isn't it, T?
Yeah. Will Kaori get to play Shadow Demon or Phoenix? Will it get banned out? Will Naga get banned out once again? Has Secret cracked the code of Quest? I don't know.
That's a question.
I feel like some of the bans, it feels like they have.
All right, well, let's see those bans. Let's jump into the draft for game number 3 and find out exactly what's going to be going on. To start things off, it is going to be the 4 bans going the way of Team Secret. So they get to ban out the Shadow Demon, and now the Phoenix is a question mark as well. Now,
ban it out.
There's a chance they let it in here, right?
Oh, is there? Like, it's not as if I've been seeing Secret be picking up these anti-Phoenix heroes. Technically, the only way I see them giving up Phoenix, okay, I'm not going to bother talking about it, is if they concocted, that's the word I'm trying to say, some very cool anti-Phoenix lineup that they haven't tried playing so far. But why would you do that in a single game? Don't give Kaori that ability to turn it around. So we see SD Phoenix banned out, plus the Naga Siren, a bit of respect towards Gyrocopter within the meta. This time Pango does get instantly first pick. This is Noob's best hero, some might say. He is up there with the likes of Quinn, maybe just behind him. Of course, Quinn has won some majors this year, but still a very, very powerful Pango picker. And to put it into the first pick overall, that is a statement to make in Secret. Already getting the Trim Protector as a response. Overgrowth can annoy the Pangolier and will force him to buy Lotus Orb, but still an answer nevertheless.
Yep, it's already one thing to mess with the Pangolier. We'll see if they pull out any others. Any temptation for Quest here to ban out the Bloodseeker? Or do you think that just kind of grieves Team Secret too much if they do go down that route?
I feel like that's a very... It's very good for Chrysalis. It's one of his best heroes.
Yeah.
And it should be banned out.
Get rid of it.
And it's gone. It's like, I think the argument of Bloodseeker versus whatever counter is you need to pick it, but also respect the fact that you have a Bloodseeker carry that can't end the game, but can win you most of your fights. Which is why Secret lost game 1. But of course, Quest ban out. They don't want to bother dealing with it. They want to make sure Noob can just play his own game and not have to react a lot to Secret. No, Mel, getting that Ember ban as a nod. You did very well, boss. We're going to ban it out.
Yep, the respect ban. Got to be done sometimes, and no surprise there. It's a 19-1 game number 1. Absolutely crazy. It looked like he was playing a different game, I won't lie, with that scoreline. Taken out of the pool, Team Secret. I mean, they haven't really picked up a core yet, so they'll be more planning on what cores they want to go for. They have a ban, then a pick. It's always important that you use this ban to complement the pick. What that's going to be is anyone's guess. Most likely they probably grab a core here. Perhaps an offlane. I mean, they could go towards their brew again if they really wanted. Dawnbreaker obviously going to be challenged here by either team.
I mean, they could still open the phase with a Rubik. It takes away the Rubik from Quest that Amar's been playing a lot. Amar's been playing Sky, Rubik, Marana. I think the only three heroes he's played so far. So I wouldn't be opposed to that. Against Pangolier, if you have a still Rolling Thunder, is pretty good. You then have double defensive supports because you have Living Armor plus damage reduction of Fade Bolt in early engagements. Can be quite game deciding. Or fight deciding at least, not game deciding. See if they want to go for it.
Sorry, very important. I love the art on the back wall there on that last shot. Go back to it. The
never noticed it.
Tier 2000. Yeah, they've got like a really wholesome like family picture outside like a nice tropical looking house, and then next to it like Chaos Knight on the dire side of the map with the dire engine in the background. Like, just a interesting choice of juxtaposition there between the two images, but Keep an eye out for that one if we do go back to that camera. But at the moment, we've got a Slug banned out. And Team Secret, they're going to go in for the Skywrath Mage themselves.
Okay. I feel like in this position, they need to take away one of Amar's heroes. Rubik and Sky, I preferred the Rubik, but I can fully see the Sky being an option as well. Into Pangolier, early rotations, the Concussive Slow, the Ancient Seal. Ways to just disrupt noobs early game. And, of course, way more aggressive than a Rubik. And that's maybe what Secret's trying to do. Be aggressive. Treant Protector in the safe lane. The reason why this hero is very good is that twin gate usage. And now you throw the Sky as well. Like, you don't need to worry about your safe lane. That should naturally go well because 3+1 plays itself out. Twin gate to top, kills will be coming to you. I think Secret easily could go down an option where it's like some Beastmaster off lane with the Sky, some Treant Protector. You secure safe lane, you then play on top, you get Helmet Dominator, you push through the map. Like, there's ways for Secret to be very punishing right now. And Quest, they need to respect that and make sure they don't draft themselves into a position of low damage heroes like they had in that previous game.
Well, slightly concerning with these two picks then, as we do have the Rubik and the Brewmaster coming out. So once again, we'll see the Toby Brew. Obviously, did win them that first game eventually. Made space, but not the kind of greedy, impactful pick we saw from the last game from Secret either, so different ideas.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, Brew does give you the ability to kind of just get on these heroes though. Like, Skywrath can really do nothing against a Brewmaster. If he doesn't get the silence off first, then he's just going to find himself surrounded by Brewlings. And now it's going to be Team Secret's turn with the Earthshaker. This is going to be interesting. So we've seen Pangolier picked up into Shaker quite a lot. Not because it can win the lane, but because it can survive the lane and then still have a lot of impact. You don't need to hit like a Maelstrom like you do on Ember or something like that to be effective through the mid game. So Pangolier happy to play into this matchup, but it is going to still mean a pretty successful lane for the Shaker if it is in the middle lane. Chances off lane as well, but I think I just prefer to see it mid.
Isn't this just some Doom for Team Secret? I think Doom or Beastmaster are the two that come to mind right now for me because...
Doom was banned first.
Where is it?
Quest.
Oh, I actually didn't see it. Okay, my bad. Sorry. Okay, in that case...
they've respected the flex potential.
Yeah, true. All right, I'm going back to then Beastmaster and... I still think Beastmaster feels the stronger. Picking Beast into Brew counter aggression plus Pango, like maybe you're never hitting the towers, so it's too spooky. Oh, wow. They just go straight for a carry pick. Giving Quest the potential to instantly counter it with 2 more heroes, and Drow is a...
This is so unexpected.
No, I would never expect a Drow in this position. It's a hero that
I think if you gave me like
for sure
20 guesses, I wouldn't have gone for Drow. If you gave me 100 guesses, I actually don't think I would have gone for Drow. Genuinely.
It's a very good lane. Like, because Treant Protector is such a big body, Drow should have a free time. Like, Brewmaster isn't going to do anything in this lane. If any, I expect him to die once, maybe twice. In the game, though, Brew with the lift plus the Pango, plenty of ways to find the Drow. If you aren't clean on your getting on top of her and continuing to kill her off, with the Aghanims build, maybe even a Shard to give yourself a little bit more range, she's going to rip through you. Like, it's spooky.
Including Pangolier, right? Like, I've seen many Drows kill many Pangoliers inside that Rolling Thunder as well.
Yeah. Like, Quest,
you're not safe.
They have the heroes to find her, but they don't have the heroes to kill her. And if there ever was a game where I'm asking for Spectre, this is the game for Spectre, you know?
Now that would be wild.
That would be wild, but I get, like, to get on top of a Drow, to disjoint the initiations of Tree, but again, I'm in a different timeline. We're in 7.34 and we go for the old trusted Sven.
Yeah, they do. I mean, it's not like that high mobility hero I was maybe expecting here. This is more something which is just had that one strong initiation. Now, whether that's onto the Drow or not is going to be kind of the making point of this game. But also maybe taking out the Treant immediately, not getting a chance to get the Overgrowth, just remove one of those layers, you know, one of those protection layers for the Drow Ranger.
I think for me at least, I see the Sven pick as we have the Vision game unlocked due to Brewmaster and Pango. We need to see the Drow and just kill her in that moment. And Sven, of course, is the hero of the patch to be that explosive hero. I buy Blink, I Echo Saber, God Strength, oh, bye-bye Drow, thanks for playing. Drow can itemize to deal with this. She can buy Butterfly down the line. She likes to buy Silver Edge, Hurricane Pike, Lincolns. She's the type of carry that utility amplifies her damage due to the fact it's locked into her ultimate and positioning is her friend. And of course, Quest, yeah, they have an answer to it. They have a single answer. Of course, Shaker with the fissure, that can disjoint, Living Armor, Solar Crest, there are ways to deal with it. But Protect Drow is now the minigame of this entire final game. Hunt her down or protect her. Depends on what team you favor.
One more Drow killer will be picked up from Quest, and then one more Drow defender will be picked up from Secret. That's what we're looking at here. And that's why these bans are kind of funny. The Silencer from Secret. I want to give him a chance to just kind of break through the protection layers, which Secret are putting up. And then Quest getting rid of another big stun.
It's probably Tidehunter or... And these bans are screaming ban Enigma right now from Secret. Like banning out a Silencer plus a Venge with the swap. Maybe there's some cheeky Enigma pick to give them all the wombo combo team fight. But I could also see Tidehunter being a very good option for Secret. You naturally sit up front. You will soak up some of the spells of Quest, which will then hurt their ability to find the Drow. They have plenty of options. I think Enigma and Tide are the two that come to mind.
Any chance of an Underlord?
10 seconds remaining.
I think my concern with that is you annoy Sven a little bit with Crimson and Atrophy Aura, but you do nothing to Bruce Split and roll, and you never really enter a fight. If the game gets difficult, there's no, don't worry, offlaner will do something for Drow to make the fight. It's more, I hope my Shaker finds initiation because I'm just an Aura bot. And maybe they go down that route. Maybe they're trying to win the game before they need to clutch it out. But the other two that I mentioned provide the same kind of thing with auras, but also that clutch factor. Because it is this third and final game, you might want to have some insurance built into your lineup. And an aura will pick up from Quest, okay?
Like, absolutely agree with your points. I think makes sense. The only reason I feel like you might prefer the Underlord is just positioning. You don't have to get in and be in the front lines like you do with a Tide, and it's not a game where you can be like a brick wall, but we'll see what Team Secret's read is. I mean, they could do anything at this point.
Yeah.
They could even flex a Shaker still if they really wanted to throw out something in the mid lane. I think that's what this Primal ban was about, but PC also Primals, but Oracle final pick for Quest, so that's going to be some save actually coming out for them rather than more catch.
Makes a lot
of sense, and there's your Tide. All right.
Oh, I'm feeling it now. All the predictions coming in. Can we not have a couple more series? After today, I'm
yeah,
I'm in
now
the
that you're
groove
warmed
now.
up at last.
Oh, God.
That's all right. We got a nice cast to come. I think this game's going to be very competitive. I don't see any team kind of walking over the other. I think Drow's going to have a great lane, but I also think the Sven should do reasonably well as well. I'm not sure Tide completely shuts him out in any way, you know?
This is going to take a little bit longer to digest with this one. This Drow pick,
that's why I'm going like lane by lane, you know, making it more
so hot and
bite-sized.
cold. I think Drow is a hero that does so much damage, and I think we don't see enough of her because of that volatility of can we protect her? Is the game state good enough for her to continue taking the fight? And Quest, they have answered her quite nicely. 3 cores that can find her. They've got survivability in the form of the Rubik and the Oracle to keep the hero alive that is jumped by the Drow. Both supports naturally will be buying Aether Lens, 4-Staffs, Glimmers, ways to get their spells into the fight or to kite away from the Drow. And on the flip side, Secret, then they're super happy because they've got a Tide to frontline, a tree to scout out with Living Armor. Like, both teams have really drafted into what they were playing against. They're not drafting for themselves. This is a third and final game of respecting what they're bringing to it. And can Secret position perfectly this entire time? Will there ever be a slip-up that Sven just rips through them? They can't really contest Sven's farm this game like they did the Troll. Can we just let's get this game started. I got an hour to talk about it. There's so many questions I need to try and think about.
Yeah, there's a lot to think. There's a lot to consider. Let's get started. It's game number 3 between Team Secret and Team Quest here in the lower bracket of the Western EU TI qualifiers. Of course, the team that wins this game will be going through to the lower bracket finals to face off versus Lunar Galaxy for a spot at TI. It couldn't get more exciting than this. Let's get into game number 3. As we do have
Now.
some smokes. Now we're going to get into game 3. All right, well, there's nothing particularly exciting happening live right now, but it's a slight issue in getting immediately into the game. I think mostly we're going to be kind of looking towards like what this Pango can do at the level 6, of course. Noob, such a good Pango player as well. His impact in this game should kind of also determine how well the Drow does as well.
There we go. We're in the game now. I realized I was going to take a picture of the game so I could show, but then I realized it's going to be a green map on a green screen, so it wouldn't work out. But either way, Noob always checking for the ward in the mid lane.
Yeah, but also always positioned to make sure that he doesn't get the 3D ward by using vision in the trees there. Armel will protect his ward. Ooh, bit of fighting going on. It's heavy slows out onto Toby to start things off. Leech Seed plus the Frost Arrows are very annoying. Later on in the game, we'll also have Leech Seed plus Nature's Grasp plus Frost Arrows plus Multi-Shot. It's a really brutal combination and one which you have to be ready. Like this, I'm not gonna lie. I think Brewmaster's gonna get ruined down here.
Yeah, I fully agree with you. Even with the Fade Bolt damage reduction on the Drow, it's not going to be enough to really punish them. And I expect Puppey to play the same way. Go for 2 points in Leech Seed, 1 point in the Grasp, keep wrapping around on Toby. They have tried to eat the trees, but with this change to Grasp, allowing him to have that extra movement inside the Grasp, destroying trees just doesn't feel as good nowadays. So we'll see if Secret can get that advantage that we expect from them in the safe lane. And top, because of this Oracle pick on Quest, Sven naturally isn't the most pressuring of carries. To throw an Oracle with him as well, FBZ should be free farming. I'm expecting all 3 lanes to have some type of CS or XP advantage for Secret based on the hero matchups.
Of course, tier 2000 can always just hit the jungle. Likely, that's the thing about this Tide matchup is that the moment things get hard for you as a Sven, when you get those more points in Anchor Smash, you can kind of just vibe out and go to the jungle anyway and catch up there. Kaori helping him out as well. Always kill potential on Oracle, don't forget. Tyr is such a sleeper when it comes to laning. Purifying Flames is a great utility though, as Armel actually taking quite a few heavy hits in the middle lane. Noob just being very obnoxious with the constant swashbuckles or the constant shield crashes. Respect being shown between the two of them though as the high fives come in.
Has to use the sentry there to block off the small camp. Both supports just fighting each other. When you're playing Oracle, you pretty much need your small camp, otherwise your lane is going to be difficult. You want to pull back the wave, get your own XP. If you get to level 3, that's when you maybe surprise an out of position Skywrath Mage or whatnot. But as expected, look at that CS for all 3 of the Radiant cores. 13 for 2 on the Tidehunter to the 8 and 0 of the Sven. FBZ starting to pull ahead, and he will most likely, just go for this Meteor Hammer. When Sven wants to look towards jungle, Kaori, he can't defend the tower. Most of the games he's played, he's been on some Phoenix, Tree, SD, a hero that can at least keep the tower alive for a little bit longer. This one will fall. There's a inevitable gap going to be created.
Yeah, Kaori's really got his work cut out for him in the early game. Like late game, playing Oracle, it's pretty straightforward. You just got to be at the back of the team fights, and B, when your team is getting jumped, always be there behind. So that makes a lot of sense. But yeah, coming through to the early and early mid, I think that's very, very tricky for Kaori to actually play this. He's got to not feed whilst also being able to pressure FBZ and Yamich enough to not just take this tower and bully the Sven. I'm not even sure that's possible. This might just be a draft issue for Quest, which they're just got to make sure that it pays off in the later game.
Yep.
Armel and Noob still just taking chunks out of each other in the middle lane. These 2 big brawly boys just smacking away at each other.
Yeah, it's cool to actually see Noob doing a good job. Often these Shakers have maybe 4, 5 more denies over the likes of the Pango, but in this scenario, Noob's actually been able to contain the lane and the CS to keep it a little bit more even. If Noob can get that 6-minute rune, rotate to either side lane. The secret, they are playing quite far up on the lanes, right? Tide being in the face of Sven. You look at the minimap, Drow very much down at this dire tower. So if Noob's able to get a quick 6 or a 6-minute rune,
Has been killed.
one kill can lead into fear being installed into this Drow Ranger.
For sure, yeah, you always got to put the pressure on, and honestly, not the lane I was expecting so far. At the moment, she's the lowest CS core, actually.
Yeah.
Toby's been able to somehow come out of this okay.
Yeah, I've been kind of looking at all the other lanes because I expected this one to go well, and yeah, you're right. I think Toby is getting pressured though. It's a lot of gets CS down, he buys regen, regens back up, comes back in. I think the lane, as you see here, with the triple dire range creep, it's been a back and forth lane. There's not really been a lot of pulling. It's I pull, you pull, we push, you push. There's not really that. We're holding the wave here and stopping you from farming. That's what happened in that previous game. In this one, a little bit more volatile. And so FBZ continues to dominate this off lane. His Brewmaster was exceptional. His Tidehunter already is doing work.
Looking pretty fresh for FBZ at the moment. And look at this, just even pump faking the anchor smash to force TA2000 away. Every little thing he can do to put pressure onto Quest up here, he is doing. And yeah, this is not the lane to deal with the Tidehunter, but in the middle lane, yeah, they're going on to him. They're trying to take him down. The rotation is there, but it's not enough. Armel will survive through it. Puppy coming in as well just to make sure everything's okay. And this is where we start the middle lane fight. And
Shenanigans.
It's not going to stop. 6 minutes coming up.
And the pressure applied top Kairo is having to run back to base. We're going to have an honest 2v2 contest in the mid lane. Who will get the active rune? Armel would love to get it due to his empty bottle.
He needs to predict. He can't actually just run straight up because Noob will just beat him there.
And it's bottom.
Yeah, it'll be bottom. It'll be the double damage rune, and Noob's just going to be able to get that bottled. This is scary, honestly. I mean, not the best rune for Pangolier, obviously, but TA2000, top side, finally getting the pressure put onto him, but Kaori comes flying on in. We had to TP early though, so he didn't get to refill his entire mana pool. That's kind of rough.
Ooh, now look at Puppy. He understands the threat that Sven is currently in. He's going to move towards top. He's got 2 points in Elite Seed with 2 blood grenades in play as well.
Oh, damn. The double bloods. TA2000, he's going to get purged off. Puppy comes in from the side, though, blocking off TA2000. It's a Nature's Grasp. It's a blood grenade. It's a blast from Yamich. One more hit will be needed. No, it will not. Leech Seed does the job and gets some first blood onto TA2000.
Oh, no, noob. His DD rune, he's just pumping in his roll. It's like, oh, he knows he can't get the kill by himself. Kairi might be able to get... Oh, no, the slow. Oh, the spell. Deny.
The deny. He's not going to get it. Double XP runes for the side of Quest.
He doesn't have a TP.
Kind of like...
Okay, will Kairi deny? This is more important. Dun, 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 dun. Wait, he's just going to... Oh.
Just going to walk.
Waste time.
Okay.
Oh, now he's going back.
No,
he's going back.
Going back for the deny.
He's got to verify
his mind.
Oh.
Yeah, you're going to use it. All right.
Oh, wait, the Tormentor's not spawned yet. I can't deny it. Oh, whoopsie.
Cute idea. Not great on execution, unfortunately, but nevertheless. I waste a lot of time from Puppy and Yamich, but again, it is just Puppy and Yamich. You know, there's nothing more they'd rather be doing, to be honest. And FBZ, he doesn't need the help. My guy's got a hammer. It's a watermelon with a hammer. What a threatening prospect. As the top tower really starting to fall. And actually, Chrysalis just swooping on down here as well. Looking to make sure they can finish off this building. Lucky says, no, that is my tower, sir. I worked hard for this. I bought this hammer. But in the mid lane, we got a bit of a rotation coming through. Noob, oh, he's trying to get him, but he pushed himself down to the low ground. Great positioning from Armel. Is it going to make a difference as the Ravage comes through on the side? Absolutely. Slam comes through. Doesn't land onto anyone, but it's still going to grab the kill onto Kaori. And Omar also getting blown up in the middle of that as well.
Yeah, nice rotations from Team Secret here. The main thing here, Precipice, he uses it to engage, goes top. He doesn't want to get threatened by this Brewmaster split. He knows he can go down by himself, so he evades that potential pressure, syncs up with FBZ, and together in tandem, just protecting his carry while also doing the damage needed. They get the big support kills. They're not going to be taking mid tower. That's fine. Now back to farm. Precipice actually runs straight back into Brewmaster. I didn't expect this. I thought he would maybe move to a safer part of the map. Yet to hit 6, so not the most efficient at jungling. Only a couple creeps away. If you are Quest, though, you need to get your Pango and Rubik together, join with this Brewmaster, get this split to net a couple kills. They are currently smoked up. Secret, as mentioned, they don't want to be playing in this bottom side of the map now. They have fully given it up as they move towards their own ancient triangle and giving Chrysalis a little bit of mid-wave. Quite a safe base for a character farm.
It's kind of sick moves from Chrysalis, honestly. Like, she just shows bottom and then immediately runs back towards mid, so he draws a bunch of heroes across because he knows they want to kill him. He's absolutely aware that he is #1 on the hit list for Quest. So
big deal.
Just dangling the carrot, the old bait and switch. And here's this Treant just doing what Treant does best. Dragon creeps off the tower.
Only one level
Creating
point.
nonsense.
Yeah, only 1 point in living armor. So Puppey isn't going to be able to keep this tower alive for too long. And he is respecting that diving potential. But with new TPing mid, this gives a window for Puppey to run straight back into this tower and be very aggressive. 3 points in Leech Seed. He might even be able to survive against a Brew split if Toby was to go for it.
Yeah. Once again, Quest moving heroes down here. They just want to absolutely secure this tower. It does look like Toby's got it covered, but if anyone shows up, they want to be making sure they can make a response on this. Secret, even though they are in a pretty decent position, they're not going to take this fight. They're going to wait for their Blink Dagger on Armel, I imagine, before they take a big engagement.
Toby's going for Vessel again. Okay, he really loves to play the active Brewmaster. It's such a volatile route. We either praise him for his mid-game breaking plays, or it's where was the scaling, where was that insurance policy? This time around, the net worth does reflect a Quest that can be quite active in the mid-game. All three of their cores are sitting healthily in the middle. It's only FBZ who's having an exceptional game because he's a Tide Hunter laning into Sven Oracle. It's an absolute freebie. We'll see where he goes with his game. Maybe the Blink, a Shard, Greaves. All of the options are available to him.
Yeah, and of course, TA 2000, as expected, you know, sure, my lane was a bit of a mess, sure, I took a couple of bank smashes to the face, but now I've got my Great Cleave, I'm in the jungle, I'm unbothered, just doing my thing. And he's gonna farm up pretty damn well. Let's see. Movements across. Nope. They want to commit to this. God Strength being used as well as the stun onto Armel. It's a great target. They can bring him down. I think they just might be able to. Armel once again trying to do some shenanigans around the cliff to force Noob to knock him down, but Noob not going to let it happen. Great movements on the Rolling Thunder, proving why he's a specialist, and TA 2000 picks himself up a mid lane kill. Big moves from Quest.
Yeah, nice, clean, efficient kill, and for Sven, that catapults him straight to the top of the net worth.
Exactly what you want to be seeing here. First kind of use of the God Strength, and it really does get you like the best kill you could have asked for.
I think the only thing that Tier 2000 needs to be respectful of in this game is the overgrowth from Puppey. Because once he gets his Echo Saber BKB blink timing, he'd want to go hunting. But if he gets hit by an overgrowth during BKB and the Drow can click him, easily can go down. So we will see a very careful entry to these team fights from Quest. But if they are to hit their timings earlier than the likes of Secret, this could be extremely disruptive. And for Sven at least, he likes to buy Silverage. And FBZ, a great game for him so far, but Silverage will always be able to disrupt that aggression. You break that Kraken, prevent him from just feeling as tanky as he's meant to be. We'll see how Quest wants to approach this, but their cores are farming very well.
We've seen this story before with the Tide Hunt versus Sven, where, you know, you have a great time on this Tide Hunt, so you're like the big hero, you die once, and then suddenly you die every single fight first, because you're trying to be that frontliner, you're trying to be the brick wall, but then you're just getting bulldozed by a God Strength Sven every single time. It is a huge threat.
Oh, let's watch some stacks being farmed. That's a good pastime. Go on, Sven. Oh, so much gold. All right, what's he got right now? 6,580 was what he started with. Is that it?
To confuse you.
There's another stack below. What, Sven? There was another stack.
I didn't go for the second ancient stack. I mean, they're only double stacks. It's,
no, but there was a hard camp. That was so anticlimactic. I wanted to see him like rip through the stack to become the carry that all carries want to be, and he just
and you know what, T?
Ran away.
Pipe down. He's not doing this for your entertainment, okay? He's doing this to win the game, all right?
All right, who's farming the stack?
Get off your high horse. God, honestly.
Oh,
casters.
I mean, if they lose this game, I'm a pinpoint this very moment.
Yes, that was the turning point.
Okay, no, if he's short of buyback or any item by like 250 gold, at any stage of the game, I'm referring to this stack.
No,
unironically.
Right, we'll write that one down. But Noob, meanwhile, he has finished off his Diffusal Blade, going in towards a Blink Dagger next as well. So it can be super annoying. And again, we mentioned it in game number 1. We'll mention it now in game number 3. Shaker versus Pangolier. You know, it's a strange matchup. It's obviously Armel. He will have the damage just blow up this Pangolier before he gets a chance to use a Roaring Thunder if he can get the jump on him. But if he doesn't, then he's going to find himself running out of mana very, very quickly inside of these engagements. That Diffusal Blade is so annoying for the Earthshaker to deal with. He doesn't have the mana pool or the mana regen to sustain himself against it. And now Quest, once again, moving down to the bottom side of the map. FBZ, is this really the target you want to try and bring down? They see him, and Hammer's going to come from the side as well, so I'll know exactly where he is. That's not who they want.
Second smoke in a row now that they've connected on nothing or connected on a Tidehunter. Uncomfortable moves from Quest and Secret, of course. I'm going to join this. Tier 2000 are farming up the other ancient stacks. For Quest though, these smokes don't feel the worst just because they know Sven's still hitting his stride. They're not dragging him into these smokes. They're poking, look, okay, we didn't find anything. Quickly go back to our farm. Now Secret, it's their turn to smoke Secret.
Up. Yes, they do. They
Link Dagger and Armel
cooking in their jungle and kind of trying to wrest back control of this area. Kaori positioned very far forward here, but just wants to be able to save Toby. If they jump everything on him, Kaori can save him.
Out of vision right now.
That is a plan, and immediately that's exactly what's going to happen. But the Ravage is there, stops it coming through, and the both of them are just going to get dropped. FBZ, no hesitation on that one, plays it perfectly.
What a combo. For a split second, he appears in vision, and then, yeah, the Fissure, the Ravage, they both get thrown out. They really want to make sure that he can't cast that defensive spell to give Brewmaster an ability to fight in Secret. They're protecting the jungle. Only 7 kills in the first 20 minutes of this game. Quite a farm-intense start. And for both carries, it really is a race to their items. For Drow, it's the Aghanims, it's the Hurricane Pike, any defensive tools after the Axe comes into play. And for Sven is how quick can he get to BKB Blink. With these items, we're looking at Roshan, we're looking at constant smokes. And Quest, they got to be careful. They've already used 2 smokes in the early game. If they're to keep using them now, they potentially won't have any available for the important window of the game.
Yeah, when it comes to early strategy, in all 3 games, Secret have had the number of quests. They've made the better rotations. They've found more from the kills they've been able to get. And that's something which Quest are really going to have to look at. Armel, he's just going to be able to leave. This is not good.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Quest, I mean, they've only had 1 kill, T. we're talking about how they're struggling. They've had 1 kill. They're getting very, very little.
For 3 games. Like that's what Quest have done.
Yeah.
In 3 games of constant farming, it eventually worked out in 1 game, and yeah, they've just never been in the lead. I feel in the first 25 minutes of any game so far in this series. Been a very patient. Maybe they approach Secret with a different mindset to other teams, and
yeah, I find it interesting how Noob especially responds to this as well. Obviously the Pangolier, Snapfire, aggressive hero specialist. He always loves playing heroes which he can just kind of get stuck in, have a bit of a brawl, have a bit of a fight. But with this strategy, which Quest have been kind of rocking for these qualifiers, he's just kind of the maintainer. He's the tempo controller, and it is not a fast tempo he is controlling. It's kind of just maintain the stalemate has been his job in these games.
make sure they never really run at us, you know. 2000 has the BKB complete. This is the time for Quest to start getting more kills. If you look at the wider itemization of Quest as well, they really are leaning into this mid timing. Brewmaster's looking for a Lotus Orb. You got a 4-star on the Rubik there. I feel like the first Roshan, if Quest doesn't get it, then maybe they've pushed themselves too far to play for that moment.
Yeah.
Of course, both drafts full scale, so it's really not an issue if things are to go wrong. There will always be comebacks for both of these teams, and that is the exciting thing about this Game 3. Neither team has a must-win by X minute kind of built into their lineup that we've seen other teams fall victim to in these scenarios.
Absolutely, and in the late game, and even at this point in the game as well, those cooldowns are looking very interesting. God's Strength, you know, when that gets used, sure, if Quest win a fight, then they'll feel strong, but then afterwards they immediately need to back themselves away. If the Ravage gets used, then again, you can't really...
Nomad.
You go on cooldown.
They might get Chrysalis.
Looking again, they might find Chrysalis. Oh, this would be such a good target, Noob. He sees him, he engages the silence. It's quick from Chrysalis, but it's not good enough. Doesn't connect. TA2000 upon him. Doesn't want the God Strength, though. Doesn't want the BKB. Chrysalis still able to fight right now. TA2000 taking such a long time to finish the job, but knows he's got him dead to rights. And we'll bring him down regardless. And now they're trying to fight with no Drow, with no Ravage. In fact, they're not trying to fight at all. They're just trying to run themselves the hell away. God Strength finally popped from TA2000. He tries to bring down FBZ. FBZ, he's a tanky old boy.
He's still
not quite tanky enough. Whether that pushback's kind of awkward from the Void Panda, but eventually FBZ will fall. Fade Bolt finishes the job. Yamich goes down as well on the side. And they're even looking for Armel. High ground, Schmei ground. They're going in for more. Armel under the tower. What is this aggression from Quest? They don't play the game for 20 minutes now. What the hell? They're under tier 4s? This is crazy, crazy tempo setting from this team.
They found the Drow. That's the key thing. They drew the line on the minimap, and Secret, they broke from their discipline of just farming in a way that Drow was untouchable. Quest, pick up the BKB on the Sven. They do the slow chase down. Something that we didn't mention as well, Brewmaster is an old school counter to Tidehunter, because in the fight, you just tornado up the melon. You can't crack it off, you can't help him out. Now you can focus on the engagement. Yeah, Quest, what a perfect smoke. What, two failed smokes prior to finally connect on it. It gives them the lead. It gives them a little bit more breathing room. The net worth disparity as well. Sven, 13,000 gold to only 8,000 of this Drow Ranger. There is no way we expect Drow to have equal farm to Sven, but to have that 5k deficit, this is Quest time to continue finding this Drow now. Don't stop looking for the kills. That's the word. Just keep on going.
Keep the pedal down. Yeah, I mean, God Strength obviously such a short cooldown, as you say, and they can just look to go again. FBZ shows at the bottom, but
look how awkward this is.
Coming up.
Christmas is smoked up with FBZ and Yamich in the bottom side of the map. Maybe they were trying to find Sven's farming. This is like a good minute that Crystallis has just walked around not farming at all. That net worth is going to continue to grow for Sven.
Just by the way, Chrysalis did actually end up... He had this Dragonlance kind of half completed and then just swapped up when he died and immediately bought out an Ag Scepter, so...
Yeah, it's a very good farming tool for Ags. When you die, the split shot, it's a very good. And Secret, they're smoked up. They don't have... Oh shit, they have Ravage available. Mars should be able to tank this smoke with his high ground position.
Absolutely will do so. Puppy, of course, able to wrap around the side. Roshan, they're going to bail on this. Immediately, they look over towards Puppy. They'll cut him down. 2 hits required from the Sven, and that's all that's needed. They have indeed. Chrysalis stunned on the back lines. The Ravage is going to have to come out to delay TA2000, but TA2000 just pops a BKB, charges straight in onto Chrysalis. Chrysalis, he cannot get away. Down goes the Drow once again, and the fight gets broken open for the side of Secret. Now they'll lose Armel. He's going to drop. The Tidehunter as well does manage to get the blink away. FBZ trying to TP out of the tree lines, but there comes a Hurl Boulder, and FBZ, he is going to be going down as well, sleeping with the fishes. 3 big cores taken out on the side of Secret. Quest, they do not look like they're dropping a fight anytime soon.
Yeah, they waited for their team timing once again, something that we've been praising Quest throughout these qualifiers. They hit it, and now 2 big moves in a row. You hit the smoke prior, you wait for that Roshan, you force Secret over. Did Secret need to contest this Roshan? I don't think this first Aegis is going to give Quest, Rax taking potential. It might give them the ability to smoke up and sweep across the map, but for Secret to contest this Roshan, to give even more momentum to a Quest that's starting to snowball, that could bite them down the line. Drow is in no way strong enough to fight at the moment. She still needs her Hurricane Pike, her Silver Edge, her Lincolns, so many defensive tools to survive the jump potential of all 3 dire cores. Now 11k lead. There's only 15 kills in the game, but Secret hoping for a freebie
down here.
Get one there. We go.
All right.
Oh, and
Armel gets his first kill of the game. Meanwhile, Armel goes down elsewhere. That's the bigger ticket. And immediately looking to turn this into a tower as well. TA2000. Woo, what a beast. And God Strength will be on cooldown soon. I don't know if that's an opportunity for Secret, though. I still feel like Chrysalis is going to need more. At the very least, Hurricane Pike to just stay the hell away from these guys. And I want to be seeing 4 staffs on the supports. It's not going to be coming out for the Tree and Protector. Yeah, Mitch, he's looking for it, but he is such a poor boy.
This is a really scary part of the game, and for Quest, we finally get to talk about them in the lead. We said that they never really get a lead in these games against Secret, but now they have the lead. They're the ones who get to make the moves, and for Secret, they have to take a page out of Quest's book, stall out the game, wait for that high ground. Their high ground will be formidable to deal with. If Tidehunter goes for the Aghanims, plus the Drow positioning deep behind, Secret can stall out this game for a long time if they don't get picked off. And for Quest, they're going to be mindful of that. Keep on looking for the pickoffs. Every time they have numbers advantage, towers will fall. Things will just build up for Quest. Net worth, XP.
It's getting worrying, but as you say, they need to rely on their timings, their high ground, etc. Pull a Quest, and they definitely have that kind of draft. This Drow, I do favor her in like this kind of late situation. The Sven is controllable. He is kiteable. Well, you know, considering the average game length should be around 93 minutes, then I guess late is kind of around 100 minutes. So
this
100
game
minutes
does have the makings of, if Secret are to win, it will take them an hour plus to win the game. That's the vibe I have right now. Like Quest winning the next stuff with the next Aegis, or Secret takes it to some tier 5 showdown.
Yeah, I do feel like Secret will fight for the next Aegis, so I don't think they're just going to give it up for free.
We shall see.
Oh, we got
Reign
some
of Destiny
rain.
in play.
Love this.
Extra heal amplification. Very, very nice. Also reduce heal.
Kind of answered already by the Ags on Drow, but nevertheless.
It's also like a deterrent as well. It will eat through the Living Armor heal a little bit, the Leech Seed, the Greaves. There's ways for it to be offensively used as well.
Chrysalis farming right next to Pangolier, but Noob doesn't know.
This is the comeback farm of all comeback farm, right? It's, I need to go to the dire side of the map. He kind of wishes that it was a little bit later into the game, maybe 37 minutes into the game, so he could get a ninja gear, smoke himself around.
Yeah,
Now 7,000 gold behind the Sven. The Brewmaster is about to overtake him. Like this off-lane Brewmaster who didn't go for farming items. He went for the Vessel, a Lotus Orb, all the items to amp his team. And this is the game that Toby wishes he could get every time he plays Brew, right? Buy the cheap active items, get his team to a winning position, and just continue running around with them. Jumping FBZ.
Oh, FBZ. He takes a step too far forward and immediately getting cut down. This is what we're talking about. This is what you cannot do on this Tidehunter this game. You're not a brick wall. You're a paper mache wall. Quest are looking to punch now up into the base. Now, don't forget this high ground. It is strong for Secret, but there's vision right now. Puppy, he does have a sentry in pocket. I'm wondering if he wants to plonk that one down here, but then again, if he does plonk it down, he's probably just going to get killed off. Ooh, Sven. Wasn't sure if that was going to be a blink in or a blink out, but with the God Strength coming on to cooldown, definitely a blink out. And Armel going to pause the game. Ooh. No reason given.
How many Philly stones we rocking? Okay. One for Tree, one for Sky, one for Rubik. Nothing too crazy. Grove Bow and Drow. It's like, I feel like every time you play Drow, you're always given Grove Bow. It's like the hero is not good enough to be pickable, so we'll give you Grove Bow to at least make you sometimes viable.
Definitely feels good to have on this hero. Can amplify the magic damage of your teammates as well. That's why it's pretty nice. All right, Secret. Maybe it's time to make a move here. They should be tempted, but the scan already being used, already being found out. And Sentry, this Observer down in the lane is just going to see Armel completely. But Sven, he's on the other side of the map at the moment. They're taking the other Tormentor between Toby and Tier 2000, so... Well, that's going to give a shard over the way of Omar. Again, another really nice shard for this team. It's going to get people out of trouble.
I
Yeah,
feel like
once again, Secret, just a kind of slow creep out onto a map. Nothing decisive coming out from them at the moment.
yeah, if they aim to make another decisive move, then the game could just be over. They are one ravage away from losing a lane of racks and momentum really being unreachable to get back to their side. And they have
being so
comeback
patient.
mechanics built into the lineup, right? The Blink Ravage, the Solar Crest on the tree to put onto the Drow. They can eat through a hero. And we haven't had to talk about Kaori at all post-laning phase. What happens when they try to combo a single hero? You're going to get that big ticket, false promise, saving the hero and then Secret. They've used everything to kill nothing. That's why they are being so respectful at this position. To do that, he had the Silver Edge. He can just blink break this Tide.
In we go, Tide Hunter being blasted down. He is actually going to survive through it for now. Doesn't want to use the Ravage. Will finally throw it out on TA2000. Answers the BKB immediately. Chrysalis, he's in trouble as well, being controlled up. Oh my god, Noob! They've just taken them down. The Cleaves, the Swashbuckles. It's more than enough to cleave through 4 heroes in a row. And Quest, with that, may have just stamped their ticket to the lower bracket grand finals. I mean, they've got the Fortifiers. They've got another one coming out afterwards as well, but they're going to do some serious damage to the Secret base right now.
Secret just wasn't ready. The high ground ward placed by Amar just gave TA2000 the vision needed to initiate. Tide, not as tanky as he was 19 minutes ago, like we've been saying. They ripped through them. Of course, there's not going to be buybacks at the 30-minute mark. They've got mid
cooldowns.
They've just got potentially 2 lanes of racks, and Secret's lineup is not the best at killing off any of these buffed up creeps. They're going to use a fortification to at least protect the top side. How does Secret play out on the map? How does Secret defend their own base? They are so squishy.
Dude, it's so hard for them to play into it now. Their base is broken. Roshan's going to be up soon as well. Somehow, some way,
but look at the
Secret
minimap.
need a miracle to come back into this one.
Amar, Smoke, he's doing the deep wraparound, predicting that Secret are going to try and get out on the map. Roshan, it's respawning soon. Both teams, I feel like, if anything, Quest are reading Secret a little bit better, predicting this movement. Can Secret make the jump? If they can make the jump, maybe there's a chance. They are down 22k gold.
Chrysalis just hits the wave. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Mel jumps in, immediately going to get caught out here. He does have the BKB. It's going to get it off. But it's just such an awkward situation now. He doesn't have much health to work with. Back himself out. Secret holding the high ground. Chrysalis needs to choose his engagement wisely. Does now throw it out onto Noob, trying to bring down the Pangolier. They don't have the damage though, not even close. FBZ actually immediately already TPing out of this one. They're trying to bail in this fight, but I'm not sure they're going to be allowed to. Lift up onto the Drow. She has no BKB, no chance of escaping from this, as she'll just stay slowly surrounded by Quest heroes. In comes a Sven, and there is the smack. Double kill for TA2000 once again. Sven completely unmatched in this game. Roshan is just respawned, but they don't care.
Just run it down. If they didn't have buybacks before, there's no way they're going to have buybacks now. Swift blink complete on TA2000. This is why you don't see Drow too often.
Minutes.
She can't keep up with farm compared to the heroes of the patch. Medusa,
No,
Sven,
not.
Gyrocopter. They farm so quickly in Drow. Half the net worth of this Sven.
Jesus. It is a grim situation to be in. Nothing is uncomebackable, but goddamn, it's getting close. Noob in the trees. He's got the gem as well, looking to try and catch out Puppy here. Biding his time. Very, very cautious. Rolling Thunder, close to being committed, but no. Back away on the Sven. Noob will agree, and they will just go back and get themselves a big scaly boy, I believe.
Yeah, reset to Roshan. Or actually, they're not resetting to Roshan.
Or unless...
Hold. Surely you go back to Roshan.
Yeah.
What a big steal from Amar. The Glacier. Said literally no one in the cast.
Yeah. Why does Drow have this?
It's kiting. It does create a movement issue, right? She gets onto her own high ground perch. Issue is, Sven does have a harpoon, so...
Yeah, he can bring it
drag
down
back
pretty
down,
easily. Yeah. Pangolier also pretty capable of just... Maybe it's annoying for the... I felt like Omar used it there just to really fortify the area, you know?
Yes. Does give vision as well, don't forget.
Yeah.
Basically puts you on a hill, so you have kind of like flying vision for a little bit. On a Rubik, that could give him that perfect blink initiation. We'll see if it pays off, but Secret, they are going to need an absolute miracle to win this next fight. And a blunder of the highest order from Quest.
Maybe.
If Secret are to win this fight.
When you got Ravage, you got Slam, you know, there's always that hope that you can pull off the perfect combo, bait them in, and catch them out. But Quest, I just don't think they're that caliber of team which will fall for that. They're so good at playing these split fights, and look at the heroes they have as well. Every game we see the Shaker, we always see these heroes which can just kind of play pretty split. There'll be an Oracle all the way at the back, there'll be a Sven all the way in the front, there'll be Noob just rolling around, doing whatever he feels like. Having a great time. Immediately connecting with these swashbuckles. With these shield crash swashbuckles as well. Pain. Patience is being shown. They want to see if Tidehunters maybe going to try and do the brick wall thing again, but now they realize that's probably not going to happen. So up they go to the high ground. Sven, he's taking a couple of hits, but again, nothing to really ward him off just yet. They need to keep this blink on cooldown for the Sven. That is what Secret need to do, but with the harpoon coming on through FBC, oh no, he's cut down again. Doesn't get a chance to even get off the Ravage. Chrysalis held in the backlines. TA2000 just waiting for the blink cooldown. He has it now, could jump in any moment. He wants to take care of the buildings. He wants to do the irreparable damage to the Secret space. And that's exactly what they've done. Quest now moving across, looking for the next barracks. Secret starting to feel sweaty, starting to feel their TI hopes and dreams falling away from them at the hands of Quest. Top tower starting to fall. TA2000 breaking through. Top barracks starting to get low. Armel jumps in, forcing them back. God Strength is over. It buys them a little bit of time. A small reset will be achieved here from Secret. But I mean, is it so much achieved as given to them by the side of Quest? They've lost absolutely nothing. They're just waiting for their cooldowns. They'll go back in. Secret, 1 second till the tide is back up. Maybe you just make the Hail Mary smoke here. Maybe this is the last chance from the side of Secret.
The creeps are in such an awkward spot. The mid, the bot waves, they're already in. So Secret were to try and make a Hail Mary. It's not really under the cover of any disguise. It's very obvious. But for Quest,
yeah,
split is back up in 50 seconds. You'd expect with this type of lead, the discipline that they've shown, wait the primal split. He has the AC, go again, move towards top. But Secret, they are now smoked up. The lanes are in a slightly better position, but Quest already grouped up as 5, counter-smoking. They're not going to give Secret any breathing room in this game. No chance of a comeback.
Absolutely not. Kaori has been seen here, and well, in they'll go. But Sven immediately jump onto the sidelines there. Down goes FBZ. Sure, Kaori's dead. Immediate buyback from him. Sven, though, just deals with the Tidehunter again. No buyback available on the Tide. He actually could have had it, but he bought out for a half an Aghanim Scepter. Very questionable. Puppey is dead. Armel on the run. He's going away. TA2000 claims another. Down goes Yamich. Chrysalis trying his best, sitting on his glacier, trying to chase back the Quest heroes, but they're going absolutely nowhere. Puppey drops the ultimate on the sidelines, holds still, but they're not stopping this. They are not stopping their barracks. Fortification coming out as well. They don't want to play for the Mega Creeps. Chrysalis, he's gone. He takes a step too far forward and taken out by the Span, and now they move over. It's a rampage for TA2000. He's taking down everyone. Chrysalis still trying to fight through this right now, but what can you do? Your barracks, it's eventually going to fall. Mega Creeps gained by the side of Quest. In goes Armella. He gets blended. It's another one for TA2000. The double rampage as Quest. They're diving the fountain right now. Toby with the Brewlings putting on the threat. Secret, they won't GG out yet, but it doesn't feel like it's long off. Noob maybe overextending, but of course he's got his age. Just doesn't give a damn. TA2000 jumps in again, looking for another. There's a Ravage coming on down, but Chrysalis pushed so far out of position by that force. He's now getting beaten on down by TA2000. Noob gets a kill, and GG comes in. Secret, they are gone, and it is Quest who will be carrying on through this bracket.
TA2000, Noob, Toby, Amar, Kaori, the 5 players to prevent Puppey from going through every single TI. There now isn't a player that has attended all of them. These are the 5 players to have broken what is an incredible streak, a legacy in itself, and you can see the enjoyment on their faces. They still have another best of 3 to go to get their own ticket to TI, but that's it. Puppey, he's not going to TI. Well played, Quest. This game 3 is what I expected to see from them from the start of the series. In Secret, they came out swinging. They had strategies prepared. They had a way to deal with that quest farm efficiency. But in this third game, it's one wrong pick in the draft, one wrong positioning. That smoke that cut through and found Drow. This is the moment here. Like, they find the Drow, she's instantly dead. And with the Brewmaster, the Sven, the backup of Oracle, Pangolier just cutting through, it is so easy for them to prevent Secret from positioning in a way that they can actually take any fight. It was an exceptional showing of when are we actually strong and when do we just break our opponent. It took them 20 minutes, but they broke them in such a way that we never even got to see Secret take any ounce of a fight that showed comeback promise.
Yeah, they kind of like Secret kind of prowled the map, you know, getting pickoffs and putting the pressure onto Quest for the first like 20 minutes. But then, yeah, one big fight, Quest come back into it. And all of a sudden, Chrysalis can't play the game anymore. And there was always a farm gap between Chrysalis and TA2000. Chrysalis was never really in the driving seat when it came to net worth. And I mean, that's to be expected. You're playing Drow versus Sven. Sven has an inbuilt cleave. You do not. So you have to go for the Zagnum Scepter, and then by the time he picks it up, you know, I mean, he literally picked it up whilst dead. It says a lot that you pick up your farming tool / slight fighting tool whilst you're dead. And from that point onwards, you know, Tier 2000, my God, what a performance from this carry player. Like, we've seen him time and time again turn up, but in this series, in this game 3, this was dominating. One of the best Sven games we've seen in a while. And at the end, ending it with a double rampage as well, nonetheless.
It's what you expect from him, though. Like, he is the player with consistently great GPMs, kill contributions. He probably is MVP in this game, but also I really respected how Toby played. I think we finally got to see his style of Brewmaster, where a lot of people are happy to say it's not very good. Like, this is the game for it to work, but of course, Tier 2000, even Noob, like, I don't know, Quest as a team played so well, and you could probably give it to Tier 2000 or Noob. We'll see. Yeah, let's just give it to Tier 2000. I'm also happy with that. We could maybe get like a most valuable
the double rampage, dude.
Put him collective, and he did get a double rampage to put Puppey out of TI. So yeah, what a game from them, and yeah, that's crazy. I don't know, it still hasn't sunk in for me, and probably everyone else watching.
That's kind of like it says a lot about Dota, and it says a lot about the competitiveness of this game. You know, no one can be at the top or, you know, fighting in the top tiers for this long. You know, that there's always this young blood coming through, and of all teams to do it, you know, Quest, a team which had a slightly turbulent season when it comes to rosters, but always consistently good. Their core ideas have just been fantastic, and here we see them pulling that out in absolute fashion, like looking so good. And yeah, kind of not that, you know, you want to see Puppey eliminated, obviously. Like, it's sad for Dota not to see him there, but at the same time, it's also hype to see new teams coming in and trying to bring the fight to them. And now, I mean, who could have thought that this is going to be the lower bracket finals? You know, Lunar Galaxy and Quest, two pretty young teams who we haven't really seen that much on the international stage. I mean, it's hype. Like, yeah. Before this year, it's hype as hell.
Yeah, and this is kind of what you want to see from DPC, right? Like, DPC is a long multi-season event where you want to try and raise talent in the scene, right? And I think both of these teams are a perfect example. We've got on one side the likes of Atlantic with the experience of Shad kind of coming through, and then you've got on Quest Noob, Amar, Kaori. Like, I don't know, it's either team, whoever qualifies, it's going to be an insane experience for them. Quest, they lost to Lunar Galaxy 2-1 in the upper bracket. Coming into the entire qualifiers, you'd say Quest are to be the favorites, but the fact that Lunar Galaxy just beat them, it probably levels them out a little bit more. Momentum could be on Quest's side. Lunar Galaxy might be a little bit caught. I don't know. It's a best of 3 that can go either way. We'll see who qualifies.
Absolutely, we will indeed. And yeah, to close out the series, you know, Secret, it's been a great year for them, but a turbulent year for them has to be said as well, not really achieving what they wanted to, and in the end it does end in disappointment. So yeah, just respect for them, and yeah, I mean, from us, that's going to be about it, I believe. We're jumping over, of course. Been an absolute pleasure to cast these Western EU qualifiers for you guys. I hope you did enjoy our efforts to have some fun and obviously give the game the best coverage that they could possibly give them. I think we've done that. But again, guys, take care. It's going to be a 30-minute break, but of course we've got to listen in before then. T, any final thoughts before we throw it away?
No, I'm good. You said all the nice things. I can't beat what you said. Thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks for watching. Here's a listen in. Enjoy the finals of the Western EU, which will be coming up in about 30 minutes.
Can go. Go. Echo, guys, echo. I stun draw
I will
more. I
save
stun
you.
draw more.
I'm fine.
Can Lotus still.
Draw.
Echo coming now. Look at me!
Fucked up.
They're losing this game.
Guys, shaker. Nice.
Nice!
Blink. Nice, chase.
We can chase.
Nice!
Nice, guys, nice.
Go rush.
I have pushed for next fight as well.
Push lines, guys.
We didn't finish rush.
Sure.
Yeah.